Hello, welcome back to the stream. Oh God, I got my chat window all mixed up. There you go. There it is. Hello and welcome back to the stream. Oh, my nose. Got a hiccup, my nose itches, just a cascade of problems. Welcome back to the stream. Hey, we got some tech news, we got some trailers, we got some things to be talking about. I cleaned my water filter today. So this is a freshly filtered Gamer Subs water. The water at where I live is just fucking awful. It's very mineral. I end up having to clean it with vinegar, white vinegar, to get all the like the mineral deposits off. All like it's probably lime and copper because it's orange. But I have this pure water filter. It's the long one that you can put in the fridge, and there's just a lever instead of having to hold the entire pitcher. Which I guess, you know, if you do it that way, you want to build muscle. But the top is the reservoir where you put all the water, and it trickles through the filter down into the bottom. And the top just ends up turning orange and nasty. And it used to be I ran the water filter until like the water didn't taste good anymore. Oh, it's starting to taste like pennies. Now I switch it. Well, now that caused a bunch of problems because it was harder to clean that way. There was much more of a buildup of deposits. But since the advisement of when to replace the filters is every 3 months, so if I feel like if I stick to that, it's a lot easier to clean instead of just like going like 6 months. Like, I can get so much more money out of this filter. Yeah, but cleaning the damn thing takes a lot of time. It takes a good couple hours for me to like scrub that. I douse it with the white vinegar to get the minerals out, and then I take a paper towel and I kind of rub it around there so that way it kind of cleans it there, because if I use a washcloth, it just turns the washcloth orange. So I use a paper towel so I can just throw it away and keep kind of cleaning it around there, even around the spigot where the water comes out. If there like the water kind of sits there, because you know there's a little bit of hangers on when you use the water spigot, that'll get all like crusted with minerals and stuff. So I flip it upside down, pour vinegar on that, clean that, and then I have to wash that because you don't want vinegary water. Maybe we do. Just a little more vinegar in our water. I don't know. It might be the thing to do these days. Oh. Yeah, so freshly filtered, and that'll last me another 3 months or so. 2 months. 2 months! For tweez! Well, I don't know where you want to get started first. We have some trailers. There's the new Odyssey trailer, which I haven't seen yet, but the internet is fucking exploding over. Not in a good way. I don't think I've heard anyone really reacting positively to the Odyssey trailer. It's mostly like nitpicking. Everyone's nitpicking. Oh, everyone's shitting on things all the time. It's like, but we've seen the visuals on it, and we've seen other versions of the Odyssey that look better. So why? The Resident Evil trailer, the new Resident Evil trailer, I did see, but I'd like to watch that again with a little more scrutiny to see what I can see. Mario Odyssey, no. Let's a go. Let's a not go. Yeah, there's some Magic the Gathering drama as well with some art for one of the cards. I mean, Magic the Gathering's kind of been a fuck for a while now. It's kind of upsetting. Where they just phone things in, they made graphics and stuff. I think this is the time where they made the black Aragorn the one time. It's like, why? Let me see. First, let me see. What is even in the box office right now? Devil Wears Prada 2. What's it doing? Eh. I remember they were tooting their horn that the Devil Wears Prada was doing a big deal because it made $230 million on its weekend. Which came out the first, yeah. It made $230 on its weekend. It was like the biggest opening of 2026. We're here in May, and that was the biggest opening for the Devil Wears Prada, and it was like 230. Michael. 432. Project Hail Mary, 639. So, despite the fact everyone keeps like saying that this movie is good, and I'm not discounting that in the slightest. It's not making what many would probably consider to be a massive success of money. It's not like cracking $1 billion causes a lot of eyes to get on you, and that would be like a surefire, especially depending on the budget, a surefire victory. Of course, if Avengers Doomsday made $1 billion, it's probably going to be a flop because of how much money that they're sinking into it. Project Hail Mary is sequel to First Man. Which one's First Man? Was that another Gosling movie? Or are you just talking shit again? Hokum. Horror writer visits an Irish inn to scatter his parents' ashes unaware of property said to be haunted by a witch. Oh, Adam Scott. Oh, I think I did. May have seen a trailer of that, but it's a scary movie. So it usually doesn't do that well. Okay, so like Super Mario Galaxy movie, working its way towards the billion. I don't know if it'll make it. It came out in April. It's been a month. Gosling movie about first man on the moon. Oh my god! That was 2018? I vaguely remember this. I don't think I saw it, though. Biography, drama, history? Oh, that's right. It was Neil Armstrong. Okay. Yeah. It is literally about the first man on the moon. It was an actual biographical, not fictional. Okay. I completely forgot about that. It did not do very well. Holy shit. Budget was 59. It made 105. That's kind of a flop, because it didn't even make double the money. Because you take, so we'll say 60 million, round 60 million. It didn't make double the money. That's unfortunate. What did people think about it? First Man? Relatively positive review. I mean, granted, this is an aggregate site, and Rotten Tomatoes is not truly to be trusted. But I mean, it wasn't dog. Usually, the only time you can trust something is when everyone says it's dog shit. When everything's dog shit, we're good. We're good. We know it's bad. Oh, everyone's glazing it? I don't know. I don't know, man. Which first story? Let's knock out the Magic the Gathering one first. This is getting in my taboos here. Taboos. The new One Ring shown today is just the old art. This is 4 days ago. Old art mirrored with the text blurred. Check the inner reflections, but with different artists credited. Okay, so here we are. If we look real closely, so it's reversed. They said that right. Oh my god. Mirrored. It's mirrored, not reversed. Excuse me. Mirrored. And then, yeah, because it even has the same exact kind of like shade markings where things are. Yeah, they remove the enhance. Would Gosling energy be enough to get you to watch another Star Wars film? Wasn't he supposed to be in that Rogue Squadron? No, Starfighter? Which one is he supposed to be in? I mean, at this point, it's the entire world of Star Wars that's damaged here. It's not any one. When's that supposed to come out? My nose itches. Shit. Directed by Sean Levy. What did Sean Levy do? Sounds familiar. Written by Jonathan Tropper. Produced by Lucasfilm and 21 Labs Entertainment. Set to be distributed by Walt Disney Studios. Part of Star Wars franchise set 5 years after the events of the film Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Already failing. Hello, Tuned. Come shit on Star Wars with us. It's coming after The Rise of Skywalker. So the last... did you get my... what? No? Wait. Where did you send it? Did you send it on Twitch? Give me a sec. On Twitter? What? I don't... I have messages? Chat? Twatter? I don't... End-to-end encryption... I don't have any like, I don't see any messages or anything, so I don't know if... I don't think I got him. Twitter? You sent it on Twitter, of all places? So, like, who are they gonna fight? The First Order not go away with all the Palpy? I don't know. It's send it here. Okay, thank you. I don't... Now I'm baffled, because I could have sworn I had, like, chats with Twitter, but if I go to chat right now, it asks me to, like, set something up. Oh, it was a Twitter article. Where did you send it to? If you sent it to... If you sent it to Twitch... Did you send it to Twitch? It was a Twitter article on Twitter, X. Yes. But you said, you're asking, did I get your message? And I'm saying, no, I didn't get your message. I don't know where your message is. Oh, shit. I want to look at that. Okay. When was this posted? May 4th. It's funny. It's funny, because the May 4th, we're going to be shitting on Star Wars for a majority of today, I guess, now. Check the P.O. box for Telegram. Right, yeah. My carrier pigeons that only deliver to Signal. Like, there are too many social sites with too many ways to message someone. It's too much. No thank you. Fan-streamed franchise for 33 billion minutes in 2025. And I believe, if I remember somebody talking about this before, it is only the original trilogy type stuff that they've been streaming. That really, like, any of the newer stuff, no. Everyone's like, episodes 1 through 6. That's about it. So let's see. Go away. Don't interrupt me. In honor of Star Wars Day, Nielsen has shared some insights into people's viewing habits around the beloved franchise, which show that it remains incredibly popular nearly 50 years after it began. Per Nielsen data, US viewers viewed 33 billion minutes, equivalent to 550 million hours of Star Wars content across their linear TV and streaming in 2025. Disney Plus serves as the streaming home to all things Star Wars, with the House of Mouse having acquired the franchise in 2012. Episode 1 through 6, nothing comes after. Nor do they watch Rogue One. The Star Wars films accounted for the biggest share of the viewing at 44.2%. The live-action shows made up 38.9%, while Star Wars animated projects accounted for 16.8%. Which is lumping all of them together. Documentaries about the franchise accounted for just 0.2% of all viewing. A New Hope was the most viewed title, followed by The Phantom Menace, and then Rogue One. Fuck Rogue One. Fucking... Rogue One would be acceptable. It is, but it's still, like, the best of the worst. Linear TV. Yeah, let me reread that. That's what it said, isn't it? Across linear TV and streaming. Linear TV and streaming. Does it linear TV mean cable? The fuck does that mean? It means traditional television broadcasting model where content is delivered and consumed according to a predetermined schedule on specific channels. I have never heard of it referred to as linear TV, as opposed to like abstract TV. That is okay. All right, get wild here. Stupid. I still kind of want to watch watch Clone Wars, the animated thing. Clone Wars is decent up to a point. Like before, like the Disney acquisition and stuff. Like it's decent, and then you start seeing it kind of like make some choices in terms of the world and go off on its own. Where Dave Filoni was like, "I'm the king here and can do whatever I want." That's what he sounds like. He sounds like a goblin. It's been called linear TV since streaming came out. Where have you been? Not reading it called linear TV. I just call it cable. Is mostly what I would think it would be called. Hey, I got blind spots. Everyone's got blind spots. I have never heard of that term before tonight. Haha! Okay, so if I had the brain cell and I didn't know about it, and he had the brain cell and he didn't know about it, then there is no excuse. We both didn't know about it. It doesn't exist. I think Manhaski's trying to gaslight us. Probably. Where was I? Andor was the most viewed live-action series with 7.4 billion minutes, boosted by the fact the show released its highly anticipated second season between April and May 2025. It made the Nielsen Top 10 streaming originals chart for 6 weeks straight in that time. After Andor, Skeleton Crew, and The Mandalorian were the most viewed shows. Skeleton Crew fucking baffles me because no one's talking about that one. Mandalorian? Yes, because it's got a presence. Everyone loved that first season. The second season, okay. Third season, what the fuck. Skeleton Crew is like, it came and went, and poofed it. When I studied film, even in 2015, we called it linear TV. Oh, sorry, college kid. We didn't go to school to learn. Skeleton who? Skeleton Crew. That was the Disney series with Jude Law in it. That was basically Goonies in space. So instead of being Star Wars, what if Goonies but Star Wars? No, it should be Star Wars but Star Wars. Nielsen also broke down the data for May the 4th, 2025, during which fans viewed 637 million minutes of Star Wars content altogether. Andor, the most viewed Star Wars title that day, again not surprising given that it released new episodes at the time, was followed by A New Hope, Phantom Menace, Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith. The full top 10 from Star Wars Day 2025 can be seen below. Oh, good. Fuck, that's a small picture. Can I enhance? There we go. Andor, top 10 most... Okay. Then A New Hope is the next one. Phantom Menace, Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars Attack of the Clones. Funny how it doesn't go in like order. Return of the Jedi. They watch Attack of the Clones more than Return of the Jedi. Interesting. And then Rogue One. And then Star Wars Tales of the Underworld. And then the Clone Wars. Tales of the Underworld. I think that's the anthology kind of series they got. Back you go. Space, no one can hear you, Cream. Get out of here. Finally, Nielsen broke down Star Wars content is most popular by age group for the first quarter of 2026. The Mandalorian is the most popular among Gen Alpha and Baby Boomers. Well, that's a fucking jump. While Gen Z is into the animated series, The Clone Wars. Millennials and Gen X enjoyed Andor the most. Baby Boomers and Gen Alpha? Is it because they're ancient and they got baby kids and that's who we watch Mandalorian? I don't know. Most streamed Star Wars titles by generation Q1. Mandalorian, Gen Alpha, ages 2 to 13. Star Wars The Clone Wars, Gen Z, ages 14 to 29. And/or Millennials, ages 30 to 45. And/or Gen X, ages 46 to 61. The Mandalorian, Baby Boomers, age 62 to 80. Oh, is that it? I don't believe you. What about Gen Beta? They're younger than 2, so they don't count. They're not people. Should I play Alien Isolation? I mean, if you want. I'm scared to play it. Just because it's a lot of high tension and the saves in the game are awful. Where you have to put the key card in and wait and wait and wait and then save. They're coming out with a sequel to it, so I mean, if you wanted to get it before the sequel, it's just Amnesia in space. Well, at least they do give you some. I thought Amnesia, they didn't give you weapons. I was about to say that. Like, Isolation, you have weapons. They don't do shit against the alien, but you have them to, like, mitigate other problems. Let me see. There was another article on the side here that looked interesting. I guess the Met Gala was this like weekend or so, and so you had a lot of celebrities dressing up like even more weirdos. What's this about the Doomsday movie? Christopher Maloney, I thought you were. Oh, I guess this is organized crime, Law and Order organized crime as opposed to SVU. So I guess he's done with his. Done with that.
Hello there.
He's already done with Law and Order. Hello, Cozy. Dune 3 Walls CinemaCon. 7-minute opening scene featuring brutal battle as Timothée Chalamet dominates the galaxy. This might be the only movie that's really interesting me this year. Unfortunately, it has Zendaya in it. Comfort weapon. Yes, yes. It may not do anything, but it makes me feel better. I think you get guns in Amnesia that are also useless. Good. These new gens need to get their own names. At least the millennials had the decency to migrate away from Gen Y. These other slackers need to step up their game. Well, to that point, I don't ever remember millennials ever being called Gen Y. Now, technically they are Gen Y, but I think it's just because we happen to be around the turn of the millennium that we get called millennials. But a lot of people were around the turn of the millennium, so it's kind of goofy that way. Like, the whole generation thing has always been kind of a fucking who cares, because it's like an arbitrary group of years where they can kind of like assign to people. To get your, like, would you really want a catastrophic, it's like some big event to determine what your generation is called? It could be something really bad. At least the millennium is like, all right, you know, it's a turn of millennium. Okay, gotcha. Millennial, gotcha. But it could be something awful. Did you get the graphic of how the sequels are not being watched? Oh, is it there? I mean, they didn't mention it at all. Well, here, top 10 most streamed Star Wars titles. If this is it, then yes. Not a single one of these are any of the sequel trilogy. The only thing, the biggest one is Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. And then this is an anthology. And Clone Wars, you could kind of say that was before and after Disney. But everything else, well, Andor, I guess, is the big one there. But like they said, it was just coming out. Star Wars A New Hope is number 1. I was saying goodbye to my girlfriend. Why were you saying goodbye to her? Building a new base around a broken ship that's been cut in half in Windrose. You didn't break it down for parts? Had to kick her out to watch you now. What? Don't do that. Don't kick your girlfriend out to watch me, please. Get out of here, lady. It's Cheese Man time. It was time for her to go. Bye. Jeez. The gen things are so crapshoot. I agree. What's the generation born in 1700 called? Patriots. Baby Boomers wasn't a bad event that gave them their name. Are you sure about that? It's a bad event for the rest of us. Can't get resources from... You can't? Oh, it's that one. Oh, I think that's... I think I know the one you're talking about. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm like, ooh, nails! Pop, 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 pop. Tuned, why are you ashamed to show her your internet friends? It's just for display purposes. You need to put up a sign. Oh man, if we could make custom signs in Windrose, I'd be so happy. Because then you'd be like, for display purposes only, do not touch. Patriot, 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 vampire, nationalist. Yes, correct. You got it. All your cheesemongering. When you gonna mouse PI? I don't know. Not this week. Not next week. And not the week after. We were watching for a little bit, but she works tomorrow morning. Okay. I mean, when does she start work? Hopefully she doesn't have to get up at 5. Anyone who has to get up at 5, 5:30, anything but 6, I do not like that life. I am sorry. Talk about how the new InfoWars is trash. The new InfoWars is trash. Patriot, patriot, nationalist, a scared man. Really? She gets up at 7:30. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's when I get up for work. Am I your girlfriend? No. You've never seen me and your girlfriend in the same room at the same time. It's never been done. But slight thing on the InfoWars thing. The Onion purchased InfoWars, and I guess they had Tim Heidegger like imitate Alex Jones, but it was really unfunny. I don't know what's going on, man. But it's not like Alex Jones is gone forever. He just doesn't have InfoWars anymore. My microphone is dusty and I don't like it. Who's the Alex Jones in Spider-Man? J.K. Simmons? J. Jonah Jameson. It was terrible because they fundamentally don't understand Jones. Correct. Correct. What was the one of the biggest ones that happened recently is Alex Jones saying, "I never seen a video of Donald Trump sucking a ding dong." Like that alone. It's just like, what? And then you have Tim Heidegger be like, I'm drinking human blood. It's like, okay. Tim forgot to write jokes. It sounded like he was making them up on the spot, and he just wasn't very good at it. Windrose sign, no changing consumer habits allowed. He's like drinking satanic blood or whatever. Yeah, that's what he's against. That's what he says they are doing. And I guess that was more like just insulting Alex at that point. Like, we'll flip it then. Oh, I worship my satanic masters and I'm drinking corrupted blood, but not from children. And it was just like, all right. So this is more just you roasting Jones more than like making fun and be like, hey, this is making fun of him. But Alex Jones is already making fun of stuff. You don't understand. Oh well. This will be another thing that just shrivels and dies in this world. Did he... What? People have talked about how The Rock, once he got off gear, aka... I don't know why when they started calling steroids gear, but they did. So The Rock was on steroids. Shocker. Ever since he got off steroids, he's been really fucking weird. Dwayne Johnson wears skirt to Met Gala because the most masculine men wear skirts in Polynesian culture. Does he really wear glasses? Because this just looks like he's trying to be Clark Kent. It's like, I'm not The Rock. I'm wearing glasses. Polynesian culture. You'd be like, Scottish people wear kilts. They probably don't even know he was intentionally being funny about gay frogs. You mean on less gear? Yeah, he probably can't stop completely, or his body will just shrivel up and die. The gear term for roids has been around for a while. I know it's been around for a while, I just don't I don't remember when it really started taking place, like when it really started becoming prevalent, and why it was called gear as opposed to just roids. I guess it's just like, oh yeah, if we call it gear, no one will know what we're talking about. The watch he was wearing was super ugly. Was it? Could have tried kilt, yeah. The Rock's testicles are probably tiny pebbles by this point. He needs to be on TRT forever. Forever. You mean the Rock could implode? Yes. Like a singularity. Collapse upon himself like a neutron star. Gear is slightly more expensive than... Oh, it's different? I thought it meant the same thing. Gear, steroids, performance-enhancing drugs. Like, it's all, like, roughly similar. Maybe it's like, not all steroids are gear, but all gear are steroids, and they just... I don't know, I need a Venn diagram of this. Chris Redfield is on juice. He is not, and I will never fucking hear that again. You shut your mouth. That man is a hero in this house. I think post-Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire era was the gear era. Oh my god. Mark McGuire. Is he alive anymore? Holy shit. I know Sammy Sosa, his skin started getting, like, really pale. I think steroids are a subclass of gear. I'm subclassing into gear like you're filling out an RPG. Ah, yes. Barbarian, subclass in gear, lifts heavy rocks. Chris is just built different. He absolutely is built different. It's that Redfield blood. Are One Piece fans infiltrating bodybuilder scene? I mean, they might. Dwayne Johnson rocked a black mohair tailcoat and a bow tie paired with a matching pleated skirt as he walked down the 2026 Met Gala red carpet hand in hand with his wife, Lauren Hashian. When asked about the look, which was custom made by designer Tom Brown, Johnson said it was in part inspired by Polynesian culture, in which the most masculine men wear skirts. The tailcoat featured over 350 meters of hand-pleated silk ribbons and a skeletal composition according to desire. Help me out here. I've never heard of Polynesian culture, needing... Where's Polynesia? Where? Hold up. Hawaii, New Zealand, Easter. Okay. So it is part of his culture. I never considered The Rock to be Polynesian. I didn't know that was... Yeah, okay. I feel great, Johnson said when asked by journalists about how it feels to wear a skirt. Look, in our culture, Polynesian culture, we rock lavas, we rock skirts. The most masculine men, not that I'm one of them, but the most masculine men wear lavas and skirts. Self-deprecating humor. Well, with the long coat, you can hardly tell. It just looks like a bunch of layers, because he's also wearing the pants. It just looks weird that it's all the layers. Yes, natives of Hawaii. Or maybe he trying out weird Cena. Isn't the haka part of Polynesian culture? I believe so. There's the watch. Holy fuck. There's a watch in there? It just looks like a diamond-encrusted band. You tell time with that shit? Celebrity wearing normal outfits challenge impossible. Well, the Met Gala specifically is made for people to be really fucking weird. Super gaudy. It's gaudy, sir. This isn't the first time Johnson has spoken out about masculinity at CinemaCon 2026 while promoting Disney's live-action Moana. He said real masculinity for men of all ages means empowering the women in their lives. What a dumb. The hero of a story is not a princess, she's a warrior. We've heard this story before. All men of all ages, we should empower and support the champion and champion all women. That's what real masculinity looks like. The Met Gala theme is Fashion is Art. Beyonce is co-chairing this year's event along with Nicole Kidman, Venue Williams, who the fuck is that? Anna Wintour, who the fuck is that? Anthony Vaccaro, Zoe Kravitz, know that one. are heading to the gala host committee, which includes Sabrina Carpenter. Okay. Joja Cat. Have heard of that. Gwendolyn Christie. Kind of know that name. All these names. Lena Dunham still around? What? Whatever. Whatever. Venue Williams. So glad a real person reviewed this for typos before publishing. Really? Here I'm like, I don't know that name. It could be actual name. You can't tell if it's a typo or it's an actual Hollywood name. That's got to be the dumbest fucking definition of masculinity I've ever heard. It's because he's trying to promote his stupid fucking movie. That's why. A lot of... spoilers. Surprise for this. A lot of celebs, they don't actually believe what they say. They're just saying whatever they say to promote themselves or whatever project they're in. All women, but what if they are bad? Checkmate, The Rock. Now, you zesty as fuck for wearing a skirt. Unless you are Scottish, wearing a skirt is the sign of a soy boy. The Rock is gay. Alright. Actors and actresses are paid to lie to us after all. Exactly. Professional pretenders. Professional liars. Avengers Doomsday trailer. Thor battles Doctor Doom. Chris Evans picks up the hammer. X-Men back in action in thrilling CinemaCon footage. This was April. This was a couple days ago. Brand new footage starts with Robert Downey Jr. not in the iconic role of Iron Man, but as the green-hooded, metal-faced villain Doctor Doom, as he prepares to invade the multiverse. There's a shot of Professor Xavier, Patrick Stewart, looking out of his X-Mansion's window as a bright flash of light shines outside, signaling trouble. How much you want to bet Patrick Stewart dies again? He, as Professor X, has died no less than 3 times. Getting kind of fucking old. They're essentially virtue signalers. Correct. Their virtue might be their own, but it is virtue, yes. From there's a flood of comic book crossovers as Gambit, Channing Tatum. I hope they get his fucking eyes right. Shang-Chi. Already over. Gambit and Shang-Chi battle, and Mystique, Rebecca Romijn, transforms into Yelena Belova, resulting in a Florence Pugh versus Florence Pugh fight. What would be the fucking advantage of that? Other than, like, distraction. That's the one thing I never really understood with... I don't know if they've understood the reason of Mystique's power. She's, like, the perfect spy. She could sneak into a crowd and disappear. If she's fighting someone and she turns into their exact copy, it is to make other people confused in case they come upon it, but if you were really going to turn into somebody, like, if you're going to fight Florence Pugh, if you're going to fight Yelena Belova, wouldn't you turn into, like, Sabretooth? Somebody who's, like, bigger, and by, like, physical capabilities has longer reach? Maybe. It's in the name, except Act Man. Did you see the 1%er at the Met wearing a dress called the 1%? Talk about tone deaf. With the dollar bill across her eyes so she couldn't even fucking see? And she's like worth $5 million or something like that? No, the 1% though. They're much richer than I am. It's like, I'm not the one at the Met. I've never been to the Met. I didn't think that Mystique could replicate superpowers. She can't. You are correct. She can't replicate the powers. However, physics are physics. If she can turn into a larger being, she will have longer reach and be able to smack you around before you get close to her. But, like when she turned into Wolverine, and she had his claws out, and Wolverine's actual claws sliced through hers, because they're not actually adamantium. Yeah, she is not. Well, it's not like Mystique can replicate that person's powers. Remember her fight with Wolverine in the first movie? Her claws weren't adamantium. Correct. See previous statement, though, of longer reach, if taller, if bigger person. Like, I'm pretty sure just standard size difference. Bigger person throws around smaller person. It's just the capital in Hunger Games. It's true, yeah. Does she gain weight when she turns into a bigger person? I don't know. Somebody actually went through the scientific details of how Mystique's powers work. Like if there's like a pocket dimension that she pulls matter from. I don't know. I'm not sure. Look, man, it's just comic books. Then Thor, Chris Hemsworth, and Doom face off, but Doom catches Thor's magical hammer Mjolnir with his bare hands. It's one of the problems with having the MCU go on for so long, because we've already seen this happen. Hela already did it. So Hela already had the impact of like, oh my god, somebody stopped Thor's hammer. Oh, it's a villain. Hela, she crushed it. Oh my god. Doctor Doom does it. It's sloppy seconds. Oh no, another person was able to stop. Everyone's stopping Thor's hammer now. Mystique's clothes change when she shifts, don't they? Correct. But I think they said something like the clothes, if she wears clothes and like, it's like hair follicles or whatever your fingernails are made out of. I think is how they explained it. Or we watched X-Men 2 last night. Did you still enjoy it? So Doom is worthy. Yes. She doesn't wear clothes. She transforms into clothes. Yes. While I understand it, I still wish we had the Mystique white dress. She can transform to wear any... Oh, well, it's her being mutant and proud, and she shouldn't have to hide. It's like, okay, there's plenty of other mutants that are wearing pants. Like, you could just put on some pants, lady. I thought it was fine. I still don't know how... I still don't like how Wolverine kills the one lady. Lady Deathstrike. Yeah, they kind of phoned in on that fucking cameo now, didn't they? Oh, she's brainwashed. She has a history with Logan. She's an actual person. Like, she's not just Dummy McGee. Solomon Grundy want pants too. I demand more toys. McDonald's is removing all its self-serve sodas for all locations. All locations? I heard they were removing them. I didn't know it was all locations. Holy shit. It's really gonna get back down, or not back down to, it's going to get down to, you go into a McDonald's, and it's just a screen. And you beep boop your order, swipe your credit card, and then just like food and drink pops out of a panel in the wall. That's it. You will have no interactions with an actual person. You won't be able to get anything. They may give you extra ketchup and napkins, and that's about it. They will save so much money. Mine hasn't had that in a long time, but I thought... So you say they save so much money, but I thought they didn't really even make that much money on their beverages. Like it's like if they charge you $2 for the drink is actually only costing them about 50 cents because of how I thought that's how they made their money mostly. Mine hasn't had that in a long time. Really interesting. But is McDonald's removing all GameCube? That's shut up. Every other fast food store will follow suit soon. Gotcha. For obvious reasons, right? My previous statement about changing consumer habits. McDonald's will be run by 2 to 3 people that manage the store as the robots take the orders and make the food. Correct. You'll have one like technician that manages the robots and a couple other people cleaning. And that's about it. And get PR for promoting healthy. Right, because the sodas are gone, but people are still going to want to order their sodas. Fucking clankers. I remember when McDonald's had a playground with a GameCube kiosk and they were playing racing games. The play place, the giant, all the tubes and stuff. They're making money on drinks. That's what I thought. It's really going to be dependent on location of whether they do it or not. Right. A certain amount of drinks will pay for the syrup and the machine cups. Right. McDonald. It is mecking time. Oh. Was that Pool? Is that the Terminator theme song? McDonald. Dun 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 dun. Think of how like X amount of beers will pay for the keg that is at a bar and is way before the keg is empty. Oh, hat. Yeah. Haas redeemed the hat, so I had to I had to make an executive decision on what hat to hat. However, the biggest moment comes when Chris Evans makes his triumphant return as Steve Rogers and reunites with Thor. The Asgardian hero is shocked at his Avengers teammate's arrival, given that Cap has gone back in time to grow old with his sweetheart Peggy Carter at the conclusion of Endgame. Doesn't make fucking sense. Where is old Cap then? Plus, he passed down the Star-Spangled Mantle to Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson. Yeah, we all saw how that fucking went. It's still unclear how Cap is back, but he's clearly... They're not going to explain it. There's no fucking way they explain it. He's just another Cap from another multiverse. Who cares? There's 5 million of them. But he's clearly still worthy enough to pick up Thor's hammer, just like he did at the epic Thanos battle in Endgame, which I fucking hate again. I know they're trying to, like, superpower everyone up, like this is the next big... ramping everything up. But the whole reveal that Cap was worthy, took the hammer, and laid down on Thanos was great. Problem is, it's like you can't have that be like a big reveal. It's been done. We saw that. You have to do more. But what if you did that? But then more though. It's just power scaling out of control. It's the same problem they had with Dragon Ball and all the other animes and stuff. It's like, well, he's got to fight another big bad, the next big bad. Supernatural fell into this hole really, really bad. They fight the devil, then they're fighting Leviathans, then they're fighting God, then they're fighting the darkness or something. Like it just kept. And it's like, what are we doing? It's just nonsense. Similar to how Infinity War and Endgame brought together the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Wakandans, and the Avengers, Doomsday intermixes Earth's mightiest heroes with the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts, who were rebanded as the New Avengers, which are a bunch of fucking who cares. After the Fantastic Four ship crossed into the MCU in the post-credits scene of Thunderbolts, the footage also featured Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and the Thing meeting the so-called New Avengers, consisting of Bucky Barnes, Yelena Belova, Sentry, Ghost, Red Guardian, and U.S. Agent. None of those, but Bucky is the most interesting one. Sentry's pretty cool, but it'd all be plot ploys, multiverse nonsense. Plus the fact they haven't built up Doctor Doom at all. If they've not built up Doctor Doom, how can you revive Kofefe? How can you reveal him to be this big bad villain? You'd have to set him up. What's his backstory? Oh, they'll off-screen it and give you a little bit of a blah, 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 and then off we go for one movie. Then there's a tense showdown between Black Panther's Wakandan forces and Namor's underwater Talokans? Atlanteans? Fucking whatever. After the two armies clashed in 2022's Black Panther Wakanda Forever, no one gives a shit. No one gives a shit. All the heroes and several former villains must put aside their differences and join forces to take down Doctor Doom. There's gonna be so much shit that no one's gonna... Who's that character? No one cares. I'm honestly thinking Sentry should have been the real face of the MCU going from Endgame. He could have been. That would have been cool. Much more of a psychological villain. That would have been really interesting, as opposed to, oh, he's just a big, strong guy. You know, like a guy with big powers. But Sentry has big powers, and he fucks with your head. Only build-up for Doctor Doom is Robert Downey Jr.? The only build-up, the only place that Doctor Doom was mentioned, and that we've seen him, maybe not even mentioned, but just seen him, was at the end a post-credit scene to Fantastic Four. That shows Doctor Doom. That's it. That is it. Meanwhile, Thanos was like an overhanging entity for quite a few of the Marvel movies. We don't have that here. So how do you put all that development in place before a movie? I'm gonna say no, because as a non-comic book reader, who the fuck is Sentry? I mean, he is a lesser known character, yes. He's way more interesting to me than Tony Stark. Who, Doctor Doom? Oh, they don't even have Victor Von Doom as Doom. Yes, yes. Well, maybe it's a multiverse version of it who's Tony Stark. This is so much more complicated than it ever needed to be. Holy shit. 3 people died on a cruise ship with a rare hantavirus spread. It has a 38 mortality rate for human beings. Why can't it just be the hentai virus? One of Marvel's Supermen. Yeah, one of many actually. You have Sentry, you have Hyperion, you have Gladiator. There's a couple of those characters in the Marvel universe. 38. Last I heard from Sal, it was 5 to 15%. Granted, he's not that kind of doctor because it's from South America, not Japan. Stove. Aw, come on. The branding. The cruise ship is being quarantined. It's spread by rodents. Fucking Skaven! Goddamn Skaven. Sentry is a unique character because he's not some Superman clone like people think. His power is basically anything. He has psionic manner manipulation, which means anything he can think of, he can do. Heat vision, disintegration, flight, you name it, he can do it. That's what makes him so formidable. Well, the clincher is not just that he has all these superpowers, but that he also has, like, huge mental illness problems that kind of cause him to fluctuate between being the hero of Sentry and the villain of Void. That's the additional, like, little twist. Because otherwise he would just be big, strong guy, you know? He would be any other villain. There was like, oh, he's just a really strong, formidable villain. But having that little tweak of, like, maybe he can be manipulated to do evil, but then maybe we can help him and fix him. You know, what do you do? I like his dark persona connected to the Void. Right. It's very good design on the Void, too. The little pinprick looking eyes. Very good. Okay. Downey Jr., who narrates some of the trailer in a vaguely Eastern European accent. Oh, God, no. Took the stage with Evans to play the trailer not once but twice for a packed auditorium. Joe and Anthony Russo are directing Doomsday in 2027's Avengers Secret Wars, which will conclude the multiverse saga of the MCU. The filmmakers have alluded to the idea that the back-to-back tentpoles will be connected a la the two-part story of 2018's Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Precise plot details for Doomsday have been kept under wraps, but it promises to be a superhero extravaganza of this or really any other year. Doomsday features a kitchen sink of Avengers and X-Men, including Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Mackie as Sam Wilson, Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, Ian McKellen as Magneto, Letitia Wright as Shuri, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, and many, many more heroes. It's the cameo fiasco. This is the problem that they had with a lot of the other movies. You just have cameo, reference, and then you don't develop the story at all. How do you have 30 fucking characters and have them all be able to make an impression, have their time to shine? There's going to be some of them who are just basically just there. The Void equally dangerous. The Void represents every single regret, dark thought, hate-filled idea ever had. A literal demon tucked away in the mind of a human god. Yep. In X-Men 2, even Professor X almost got manipulated to do great evil, right? Yeah, he can be a great character depending on who is writing him. Plus, he rips people in half. Like Carnage. He's Elliot Page in Doomsday. I don't give a shit. The Pedro Pascal, I'm sold. Stop it. Ian McKellen has to be ancient at this point. Yeah, both him and Patrick Stewart are really, really old. He was old 20 years ago. He's like Ed Asner. They've been old for the last 50 years.
What the hell are you doing?
We're talking about Marvel. You missed it though, Raw Dog. We were talking about Star Wars. Tooned sent me this link. Wait, did I finish this article before I start ping-ponging away? Schedule open same day as Dune Part 3. Yeah, so by the end of this year. The end of this year might be a big bang. Basically, the most watched Star Wars titles on May the 4th on 2025, none of them are sequel trilogy movies. Andor is first only because it's, like, recently came out. Like, it was finishing its showing. New season. And then number 2, New Hope. Then Phantom Menace, Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, Return of the Jedi. Then Rogue One. And then Tales of the Underworld, which is odd. And then Clone Wars. None of those are episodes 7, 8, 9. Talk about Star Wars, that comes later. Andor is the #1 stream Star Wars thing. Yeah. But I that's pretty much because it had a new season, it was a new thing coming out, so a lot of people were checking into that. What was kind of weird, though, were the ages for the different shows that they liked. Gen Alpha, ages 2 to 13, like Mandalorian. So do Baby Boomers at ages 62 and 80, the most watched. And then Clone Wars was Gen Z, age 14 to 29. Andor was Millennials, ages 30 to 45. And Andor was also Gen X, with ages 46 to 61. But how will Mandalorian and Grogu do? Probably not well. Interesting. Scratches beard thoughtfully. Scratches beard. But yes, that's right. Oh, Kane Film Fest or whatever. Yeah, but a lot of they're fine. Disney's. I'm starting to fucking mic. I'm sorry. Gonna get Taco Bell. What are you getting? Crunchwrap Supreme. A lot of people were holding by the fact they were like, in 10 years' time, the Star Wars sequel trilogy will be viewed with appreciation like the prequel trilogy is now. It's been 10 years. No, they have not. They will not. No. I must away. The bells toll for the feast. Yeah, it's so out of place with everything else that's going on. They're forcing it so much. It might be after whatever thing it was. I'm not holding my breath that long. I could go for a taco. Alright. Oh, right. We got down this hole because I was looking up Starfighter. Starfighter happens after Rise of Skywalker, which I didn't know. So that's still after. It's after the sequel trilogy, which anything after that is just fucking dumb. It was delayed by the writer's strike. Yeah, sure. Scheduled to be released in the United States on May 28th, 2027. Ryan Gosling, Matt Smith, Mia Goth, Aaron Pierre. Not sure I know him. Simon Bird. Who? Amy Adams. Really? Development, pre-production, filming, post-production, music release. So no real word on what it is about, but it's supposed to happen after Rise of Skywalker. They're just gonna go so far in the future. It's gonna be fucking dumb. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna be saving anything. Revenge of the Sith should be higher on the list. It should, but it isn't. I don't know why Attack of the Clones was above Return of the Jedi. That was weird to me. Probably should have done something for yesterday. Didn't. I didn't. A lot of people didn't. I slept. I was making tacos for dinner, but I forgot I'm out of tortillas, so I propped to a burrito bowl instead. Burrito bowls are pretty nice. Less carbs. You can just have meat. Disney broke me. Star Wars isn't gonna get any better, and I say this as a guy who was willing to give the newer movies a chance. A lot of people were willing to give it a chance. Ewoks? Shut your fucking whore mouth. Attack of the Clones has awful CG clones. But you're right, Ewoks. The Ewoks were a big thing. It's only gonna get worse. Well, the theory is that if Mandalorian and Grogu tanks, this will fast track Disney to reset the entire Star Wars universe. They will remake all of Star Wars. Basically hit a big old reset button like they are planning to do with Marvel. They'll probably take bits and pieces, you know, cut off what little pieces they want to keep, and then reset the whole fucking thing and start over. And then shit the bed again. Fuck off, that was the best part. Aren't they already talking about timelines for Star Wars? Yeah. They're bringing in, like, it's probably going to be multiverse stuff, too. It's so shit. Star Wars is dead. Anyway, Google Chrome silently installs a 4 GB AI model on your device without consent. At a billion device scale, the climate costs are insane. I don't really give a shit about the climate costs, I'm more about the privacy part of it. So, does anyone here use Chrome? I use either Firefox or Brave for the most part. Aren't they already talking... yep, I read that. I heard something about just cutting out the new trilogy and saying it never happened. That would be Disney admitting failure. I use Chrome. What is this? Sir, please stop using Chrome. Chrome eats your RAM. A lot of browsers eat your RAM, but anyway. 2 weeks ago, I wrote about an Anthropic silently registering a native messaging bridge in 7 Chromium-based browsers on every machine where Claude Desktop was installed. The pattern was install on user launch of product A, write configuration into users' installs of products B, C, D, E, F, G, H without asking. Reach across vendor trust boundaries, no consent dialog, no opt-out UI, reinstalls itself if the user removes it manually every time Claude Desktop was launched. Claude being the AI. This week I discovered the same pattern executed by Google. Google Chrome is reaching into users' machines and writing a 4 GB on-device AI model file to disk without asking. The file is named weights.bin. It lives in opt guide on device model. It is the weights for Gemini Nano, Google's on-device LLM. Chrome did not ask. Chrome does not surface it. If the user deletes it, Chrome re-downloads it. The legal analysis is the same one I gave for the Anthropic case. The environmental analysis is new. At Chrome scale, the climate bill for one model push, paid in atmospheric CO2 by the entire... We're really getting into that? It's not about the privacy and invasion of that. It's about how much carbon monoxide it uses up, or carbon dioxide. It's O2, dummy. Carbon dioxide. It's between 6,000 and 60,000 tons of CO2 equivalent emissions, depending on how many devices receive the push. That is the environmental cost of one company unilaterally deciding that 2 billion people's default browser will mass distribute a 4 GB binary they did not request. This is, in my professional opinion, a direct breach of Article 5.3 of Directive 2002/58/EC. Breach of the... For what? Data protection. Data protection by design obligation, yeah. And an environmental harm of a magnitude... I don't give a shit. All Firefox to me, I like my RAM. I do too, I just have too many fucking tabs open. Between the top tier browsers, Brave is the best out of the box privacy experience that you can get. They do say that Firefox is pretty good when it comes to privacy. It can be even better than Brave, but you need to customize it yourself. It gives you the option. So if you like control of your situation, your environment, Firefox might be the way to go with that. Plus, I mean, they've done some dumb goobery stuff in the past, but so has Brave, so has every single browser in existence. But I kind of like Firefox for being the underdog in a lot of ways. But Brave I use on my phone exclusively because it's so lightweight, and I'm using it right now for stream because it blocks ads and it does a wonderful job. Every browser devours RAM. It's true. I haven't found a good one. I have to put like a tab limiter on things usually. Claude is evil. Yeah. Mildly related, did you hear about ChatGPT's goblin problem? No? Goblin D's nuts? No. What? Chrome is the Java of RAM devouring. Do you have a tinfoil hat so I could redeem hat? I don't have a tinfoil hat. There is somebody has like a beanie that looks like a tinfoil thing that you could buy. Climate change is fake. I mean, it's like it's not a non-issue, but it's not like, are we really going to prioritize talking about climate change over the invasion of privacy? You want to fix the CO2 emissions? Quit yakking about tech and plants. What would be the best plant to like counteract? It'd be like a tree, right? Tree. I mean, grass is green and grass is everywhere, and that, I don't know. You just plant grass. More grass. But I applaud their creative means of pushback. I do not trust Firefox at all. Ooh, why? Is it because they get money from Google to make their browser, to make their search engine the first one? Because I can see that. Brave is what I use. I've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of the function it has. It's fine. The biggest problem that Brave had was at one time it was doing something with crypto with your searches and stuff, but they cut that shit out. Brave is awesome for phone and PC. Yeah, ChatGPT had to insert a hard-coded prompt to stop mentioning goblins. What? It what? Why did it keep... Did it, like, what was the name of the hard-code prompt? Goblin Slayer? Bamboo would probably be the best plant to plant for CO2 sequestration. Really? Bamboo? I would never have thought bamboo, because I think of bamboo as like being all trunk. You want like a lot of leaves. Firefox is super woke. Is it just I mean... I'm at the point now, I'm just so tired of having to jump ship at any single... Like, every single company does an oopsie. They keep constantly fucking making mistakes. And I'm getting tired of having to jump ship every time. So if it's not like a threat to me, like a vulnerability threat, which Edge has one, kind of. We'll get into that. But unless it's something that's actively like, is a big bad thing.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
I don't know. Trees, grass, bushes, I would suggest peppermint, since both make oxygen. It smells nice. To us, apparently bugs hate it. I have heard of that. I have heard that using peppermint is a bio-friendly way of getting rid of insects. Yeah. I bet Lynx browser doesn't use much RAM. I don't think I've ever used Lynx. Hello, Black Hat. I can find a good video explaining the goblins if you're interested. Can you explain to me the goblins? I guess. Don't do the goblins. Firefox says oopsie, 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 in my opinion. Okay. A constant series of oopsies. Yeah. But at the very least, I feel like it gives you a lot of control of over things. I don't know. I just heard from other chat that bamboo is considered invasive species that spread like wildfire and impossible to dig out. I did hear something about, like, bamboo is pretty epic stuff. Microsoft Edge is annoying. It absolutely is. There's another article we'll get into. Black Hat, what browser do you use? What is your browser of choice? Depends on location and type of bamboo, but it grows super fast. I think it's technically grass, so it locks down the most CO2 the fastest, as far as I know. Interesting. Is this the Mind Goblin? Oh god, it's 12 minutes long. ChatGPT can't stop talking about goblins.
Where are the goblins?
Having trouble finding the right developer? Oh, that's not an explanation. What else should I be, Goblin?
What? What is OpenAI talking about? Yeah, OpenAI, the one that raised $122 billion, is talking about goblins? What? If you're anything like me, the only thing that comes to your mind when it comes to goblins is your chin. And so this is a little bit strange for me, okay? I have no idea what's happening. Saw this literally 4 hours ago. Good. Tiny victory goblin. ChatGPT 5.5 says the...
It must have gotten caught in a loop. Like, it must have just had something get into it and then just keeps repeating it over and over again. So now it just became, like, part of it. So now they have to, like, exercise it like a cancer. Firefox Opera, Safari, and DuckDuckGo browser is annoying, and Google Chrome browser is the most annoying. Were you just saying all of those were annoying, or that was the order? Oh, my browser of choice is Brave. Thank you. Reading. I was like, you use Firefox? Opera, Safari. Okay. DuckDuckGo, I don't know why it exists, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I have a feeling I know why. So they can, you know, get more money and attention and stuff like that. But Brave browser is fine. Also, Brave's search engine is pretty good, too. I was looking up different search engines while I was doing this bullshittery stuff. And DuckDuckGo is decent, but it uses Bing search results. Brave is like whole independent type results. So a lot of other... They'll be like, oh yeah, we get rid of ads, but we basically use Google. So there's still probably some information being passed between that search engine and Google, or that search engine and Bing. I want it gone. I want a whole different. So you have Google, you have Bing, and then I want something else. I don't want things branching off those big two. We need another one. I'm currently watching the stream on the Comet browser. The fuck is that? I've never heard of a Comet browser. There are so many different browsers. On search engines, rip Ask Jeeves. Ah, it's true. That just happened. Pouring out for Ask Jeeves. If there were going to be any AI search engines, Ask Jeeves would have been the first one to be a good AI search engine. Like, imagine it taking on a persona of a butler, asking you what you would...
What is your wish, sir? What would you like to look up? The giant titties, sir? Right this way, sir.
Easy. Done. Alright, back to shitting on Google. What is on the disk and how it got there? On any machine that has Chrome installed, in the user profile sits a directory whose name is opt-guide on device model. Inside it is a file called weights.bin. The file is approximately 4 gigabytes. It is the weights file for Gemini Nano. Chrome uses it to power features Google has marketed under names like Help Me Write, on-device scam detection, and other AI-assisted browser functions. The file appeared with no consent prompt. There is no checkbox in Chrome settings labeled to download a 4 gigabyte AI model. The download triggers when Chrome's AI features are active, and those features are active by default in recent Chrome versions. On any machine that meets the hardware requirements, Chrome treats the user's hardware as a delivery target and writes the model. The cycle of deletion and re-download has been documented across multiple independent reports on Windows installations. The user deletes, Chrome re-downloads, the user deletes again, Chrome re-downloads again. The only ways to make the deletion stick are to disable Chrome's AI features through Chrome://flags, or enterprise policy tooling that home users do not generally have, or to uninstall Chrome entirely. On Mac OS, the file lands as mode 600 owned by the user, so it is deletable in principle, but Chrome holds the install state in local state. After the bytes are written, and as soon as the variation server next tells Chrome the profile is eligible, the download fires again. Fire! The architecture is the same, only the file permissions differ.
Where am I? I get caught up in chat here.
DuckDuckGo, easy winner.
All about that duck.
Hello, El Shalom Matt. Would you like to look up giant titties, my good man?
Can you read?
And some tasty
What are
cheese
you,
recipes
stupid?
as well. Very good, sir. Bloody damn goods. Gemini is the worst fucking AI.
Is it really?
I mean, I guess it's the one I hear the least about. It would have been nice if Brave adapted Ask Jeeves as part of their search engine. I'm kind of curious where Ask Jeeves gets their information from versus other ones. ChatGPT is also awful. They're all some version of awful. Everything is some version of awful. Hello, Harbinger. How are you? Good evening. We're just talking about this 4 gigabyte download that Chrome seems to be doing to people. I like Leo, Brave, and Grok, Twitter. Leo. I never used Leo. And what makes you like a particular AI over another one? Is the accuracy of the results or how it's presented? I mean, a lot of times whenever I use an AI, it's just to curate a response for something. Like, search the internet and let me know what the most amount of people think about a thing. Hey, whichever AI on Google at least informed me on who's bigger between eBay and GameStop. Oh my fucking god. I heard that story. I heard GameStop is trying to buy eBay. Oh my god. And I'm like, shouldn't that be the other way? What? GameStop has money? What is happening? Guy sounded coked out of his fucking mind. Someone needs to be a hero and write a script to delete that file so it keeps re-downloading and get that distributed to public machines. Oh, jeez. Just working some overtime? Oh, nice. I hope you're not... Yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're not busting your ass too much, because, you know... You gotta rest. No one wants to break their body before they have time off. It's like, oh look, the weekend's coming. Oh good, I just get to sit here and contemplate life. How we verified it. This is more technical jibber jabber. Building trust account invisible, no opt-in. More difficult to remove than install. Pre-staging capability. Scope inflation through generic naming. Registration into resource that user has not configured. Documentation gap. Automatic reinstall and The AI mode pill is the cherry on top. Here's the part that should make every privacy lawyer in the audience put their coffee down. When Chrome 147 launches against an eligible profile, the Omnibox, the address bar at the top of the window, the most visible piece of real estate in the entire browser, renders an AI mode pill to the right of the URL field. The reasonable user seeing AI mode sitting in their browser's most prominent UI element in 2026, with the well-publicized existence of on-device LLMs in Chrome and a 4GB Gemini Nano binary already silently installed on their disk, is going to draw what feels like an obvious inference. That the visible AI mode is using the on-device model, that their queries stay on the device, that the local model is what powers the local looking service. Every part of that inference is wrong. The AI mode pill in the Chrome 147 Omnibox is a cloud-backed search generative experience surface. Every query the user types into it is sent over the network to Google servers for processing by Google's hosted models. The on-device nano model is not invoked by the AI mode UI flow at all. They are entirely separate code paths. The most visible AI affordance in the browser does not use the local model the user has been silently given, and the features that do use the local model help me enter the text area tab are buried in text area context menus and tab group right-clicked menus that the average user will discover, on average, never. So they're just harvesting more information. It's another way for them to just basically know more about you, take more information about you, and sell that information about you without giving you a fucking dime. eBay can never be bought unless you're Amazon or Walmart. Yeah, that's what this is so preposterously stupid for GameStop to be like, I got $20. I wonder what would break first, your body or your spirit. Yes, my wallet. What happens if I replace that file with another AI? It probably overwrites it, because it's looking for that one particular file, so it just keeps putting itself out there. Gotta afford these new gas prices. Fuck. Yeah. I mean, I was at around half a tank, and the prices skyrocketed. I'm like, well, I don't want them to get any worse, so I filled up then, but damn, that fucking hurt. Even at half a tank, that fucking hurt. Alright, think about what that arrangement actually is. The user pays the storage cost of the silent install, 4GB on disk, plus the bandwidth of the silent download. The user's most visible AI experience, the pill they actually see and click, delivers no on-device benefit at all because it routes to Google servers regardless. The on-device model is therefore a sunk cost imposed on the user with no offsetting transparency benefit at the surface where transparency would matter most. To put it another way, if the on-device install had given the user a clear "your AI mode queries stay on your device" property, the install would have been a defensible privacy framing. Worse storage, better data flow. It does not. The install gives Google a future options resource. The model can be invoked by other Chrome subsystems without further server round trips at the user's disk and bandwidth expense, while the headline AI surface continues to send the user's queries to Google as before. So the gist of it is, if you were going to install 4GB on your device, you would hope that would be a local storage of your AI searches that you're trying to do. So, because then it's like it's less bandwidth going over the internet, having to talk to Google servers and pull that information back. Time, energy, effort. Let's make it more efficient. Put it on your local device. Thing is, it doesn't benefit anyone, like they're saying. Because even with it local, you're getting the worst of both. It's on your local device, taking up space, and then it still phones home with all your shit. I hope you don't got those California gas prices. I mean, they're kind of gas price in Jersey is about $4.30 a gallon. I'd take that price. Thanks, Trumpity. T-Rump. It's all everything. And it's been that way forever. What was that? Fuzzy. The local model is a Google side asset positioned on the user's device. It is not a user side asset that one could argue it is nothing but a sleight of hand to hide that actually. The visible AI model is not using the local model. It's not even using it. Cali Rover 6. Fuck, that's disgusting. Not consented install. Unlawful in the EEA and the UK. Maybe that's where he's talking from. He's talking from the UK. And then he's going into the energy costs, which I don't really care too much about that, to be perfectly honest. Like, yeah, it's using up energy, and if you get a bunch of people, like if you have 1 billion people using this energy at the same time, that's going to have some sort of cost to it. And bandwidth and all that, yeah. What Google should have done, ask. Pull, not push. Surface it, document it, respect deletion, disclose at scale, notify respectively, yeah. So there you go. So, my advice, don't use Chrome. Try to not use anything Google as much as you can. Which is unfortunate because we have these fucking smartphones, Android devices that are tied to Google pretty hard. But there's a lot of people that do, they flash their phones with a different operating system to blank out all the Google stuff. Again, it's security versus convenience. You know, how secure do you want a device? How untied from Google do you want to be? But then that takes a lot of extra effort. Hence, it's same thing with like, which browser do you want to use? What your security privacy issues are, and all that. Do you want to just have a browser that works out of the box? I suggest Brave. If you use Firefox, it has hardening tools that you can use, settings you can use. And then again, that browser could change hands with some other person, get bought out by somebody else, and turn into complete dog shit. Tale as old as time. But even if you replace the phone OS, they got stuff under that. Yeah, it's like kernel level type stuff. It's basically you're fighting the ocean at this point. It's unfortunate. It really is. Could always and another video I saw was a guy talking about security stuff, that your phone is always on. Even when it's off, it's on, because somebody had their phone off in a meeting he was in when they sent out an emergency broadcast, like a FedEx plane had crashed in the area and they wanted to let everyone know about it. Well, his phone was off and it turned on to let him know that alert. Now, it could be, what's the term for when it's just like a hyperbole? Could be just hyperbole. But he was saying, like, every now and then just turn your phone off for like a couple hours, because it's always harvesting your data. Put it in a Faraday bag, so then that way it's completely cut. Turn it off, put it in the Faraday bag, leave it there for like an hour or so it can kind of like lose its connectivity in a way, like it's not being tracked all the time. Just obnoxious things that's like, should we really have to be fucking doing that? Really? That's interesting. Yes. I know at least if it's on silent, they were doing emergency broadcasts that would break your phone if it's silent to alert you. Amber Alerts, emergency broadcast, the President of the United States. I remember that one many times, where the president was like, oh, this is a test of the presidential emergency broadcast, which, on the one side, letting people know that something's going to shit is good. But having the ability to do that and trusting that they're not going to use that for bad means is messy. I mean, what if there was a missile alert near Hawaii? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Depending on the missile thing, there may be nothing you can do. Put your phone in a colostomy bag. Do not do that. Faraday bag. What brand name is that? Is it Faraday bag? It's not a brand, it's a type. So a Faraday cage, for those who don't know, is like usually like a metal structure. It's a cage. And anything then inside of it, it blocks radio waves and all sorts of stuff from getting inside. Now, a Faraday bag is a small enough bag where you can put like your phone or any electronic devices inside. When I did a cybersecurity class we had a Faraday bag that had a screen on it that you could then still use your finger to use the phone. So what would happen is, as our teacher explained, who was like who used to be a, I think he used to be a cop, or he worked at a government facility or something. So, say you have somebody who's a drug dealer, they have their phone with them, their drug phone. You want at it, but you don't want it sending anything off. Like if you put a code in there, and you don't want it receiving any messages that could be like wiping it or something. Because, you know, if they know each other, they could contact the service provider and be like, yeah, wipe that phone, it got stolen. Even though it's not stolen, it's in police custody. So, you put it in the Faraday bag, seal it, then nothing gets in or out, but then it still has a screen on it, so that way you can manipulate the touch screen of the phone and try looking at information and try to get stuff off of it for whatever you're trying to do. All the cars are going to scan your face soon, but I think we talked about that last week. Yeah. We're basically, if you're in a panic and you're in a high intensity and the car sees you look out of sorts, I'm not going to let you turn me on. It's like, I'm trying to get to the hospital, I'm about to die. Well, that makes you an unsafe driver. I guess I'll just die here then. The CIA are the good guys. They'll never steal my data. And other such lies. I don't know, get in a Mustang and defend Pearl Harbor. Do the electronics ESD bags work for that? I don't know. Electrostatic distribution bags. I don't think so, because I don't think they have like anything that would diffuse signals. It like static, yeah, but I don't think so. I'm hiding from Jason and President sends out an emergency alert. Fuck. Oh no. Don't hide in the sleeping bag. I know that much. Don't hide in the sleeping bag, because he's gonna slam you into a tree. Okay, I downloaded Brave. Oh, I mean, you didn't have to. Don't feel the peer pressure. I enjoy Brave well enough. Did they glow in the dark? Did what? You're gonna love it. Brave has a dark mode too. They do, yeah. I had Brave on another laptop before and didn't like it, but that was early on. Oh yeah, well, I mean, from what you can see here, I've been using it for stream. If you enjoy how this one looks, this is Brave. You know, with all of its. Oh wait, you can't see when I go to the settings. But yeah, this I mean, it runs fine. It's blocked everything. I have nothing attached to this one. It doesn't have uBlock Origin or any other add-ons to it. Well, did I add the? I did add the return YouTube dislike button. That's the only one I have. But in terms of hardening this browser, I haven't done anything to it. You can see scripts too. Yeah, Brave is good for looking at red rooms on the dark web. Why are you like this? Peer pressure. Your teacher? Oh no. I don't think he glowed. Glowed? No. I had a couple adjuncts who were just like regular working guys. They did bring in a cop one time in my digital forensics class. Digital forensics was fucking fun. It was a point where my teacher took a bunch of hard drives that he would get at like flea markets and stuff, and he's like, okay, we were using a specialized software called Intrust. And that's what we were using to basically hook up a hard drive to, take an image of it, look at it, dig through the data, see if we could find anything, passwords, usernames, banking data, all that stuff, whatever we could pull from it. And that's what, like, this is what they use when they do digital forensics. And you form a case, and you take that case and you shove it off to a lawyer or whoever, and then they present that in court and stuff. Like, really cool stuff. One of the things you want to make sure you absolutely do is you do not manipulate the data on the source device, because then that would show manipulation. It would show possible corruption of that data. Like, we can't trust it. You could have fucked with it somehow. So you need to like make a copy of it and then work on the copy and find stuff out. You can use YouTube with Braves and you won't get ads. Yep, that's what I've been using here. Yep. I migrate from laptop to laptop and OS to OS and everything much more than the average person. Sure. What is a red room? Don't. Pretty sure it's porn. Don't. uBlock Lite also got rid of ads. uBlock Lite? What's uBlock Lite? I only heard of uBlock Origin. I see you too are a man of culture. Right. Alright, boys and girls, it's time to shit on Edge. Who's ready to shit on Edge? Raise your hands. We're shitting on Edge tonight. Microsoft says Edge password security vulnerability is by design. Is it time to switch to Chrome? No, it's not time to switch to Chrome, you daffy bastard. So, what if I told you that your web browser was saving all your passwords into memory and doing so in plain text? Buckle up, Microsoft Edge users, you are in for a wild ride. A security researcher has gone public to disclose a vulnerability affecting all Edge browser users after Microsoft told him the security issue was by design. Microsoft Edge loads all your saved passwords into memory in clear text. Tom Joran, whatever that name is, said, even when you're not using them. Yes, whenever you save passwords using Microsoft Edge, it decrypts them at startup and then keeps them sat right there in process memory even. If you never visit a site that uses those credentials, if you never visit a site that uses those credentials, what? Oh, even if you never visit the site that uses those credentials, gotcha. Red Room is snuff. Oh, gross. Chrome banned uBlock Origin, so there was uBlock Lite. Wow, that's right. Well, that's a good thing I don't use Chrome. Edge is the biggest piece of crap ever. It's yeah. Petition to bring back Microsoft Explorer? No. Internet Explorer? No. Petition to ban this man. A petition to petition the petition. Great job, Bill Gates. Oh, he's got no hands on this anymore. He's off doing other fuckery. What if I told you it's right up with there with did you? What if I told you is right up there with did you know on my list of no solicitor slam door? What if I told you? You would not be Neo in the Matrix. Isn't that what Morpheus says a lot? What if I told you that everything you knew was a lie? Get away from me, Morpheus. Keep me in the Matrix. Slam. Jeez. Despite Edge being a Chromium-based browser, Chrome itself does not display this behavior, which begs the question, is it time to switch from Edge to Chrome or another Chromium-based browser? The issue that has been disclosed by Ronning and comes complete with proof of concept does not have a common vulnerabilities and exposures designation, so some might say it isn't a vulnerability at all. It's working as intended. To which I reply, poppycock. According to the OED, vulnerability is defined as the quality or state of being exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed. Leaving decrypted plain text passwords sitting in process memory after startup, regardless of whether they are being used or not during that session, certainly does that. Of course, things are never quite as black and white as they might first appear, and the researcher admitted that an attacker would need to gain administrative access to exploit this vulnerability. But if they did, then they could access the memory of all logged on user processes, including all those passwords. The proof of concept video demonstrates just this scenario. What is perhaps more interesting is that none of the other Chromium-based web browsers tested displayed the same memory saving issue. Their pussy-ass fucking excuse is that, well, if you have somebody accessing your memory, you're already fucked. But the thing is like, hardening a device means I got door after door after door after door that you have to get through to get anywhere to do anything. That's proper security. Not, well, he's got the master key, so he's just going to shoot right through. No, he had the key to that door. Now he needs the key to the next door. You're not going to give me, oh, he got in the front door. Now, here's the key to the safe. Here's the key to all my jewelry. Like just here, just take it. No, you want them to fight tooth and nail to get anything, taking time, effort, so that way they can be noticed and then you can get back at them. Just give me Bing. We got a Bing guy in here. Why do you want Bing? Why are you binging around? Morpheus or Morbius? Did I say Morbius? It's Morpheus. No, not Morbius. He's not Morbin. Shut up. Shut up. I'll take the blue pill after the filet mignon, please. Right? Ignorance is bliss. Bing had a decent AI early on. Did they really? Mildly related, I gotta get this laptop off Windows. Windows forces every browser into energy efficient mode that breaks every OS except Edge. So I have a background script to force it out of that mode. They do what? Every browser into an energy efficient mode. Fucking. Ah, Jesus. Microsoft Edge is the brick propping the door open as they sleep. Yeah. I've been using Edge to edge myself. Thanks. You're right up there with Benji, Cozy. I meant browser, not OS. Right. Should make a browser called Goon. Why are you like this? There was another article about Windows 11. They're finally starting to like clean up a lot of the programming in the start menu and stuff. They're like, oh, nothing will be apps anymore. We're gonna try to code them right that we should have from the start, but we didn't because we suck. It's like, okay, you've already sent it out the door. Why are you trying to backtrack? It's been years since Windows 11 launched. Should have been. If within a year of Windows 11 launching they were doing these fixes, I would have been fine with it. They're only doing the fixes now because they realize how fucked everything is and everyone's leaving Windows. If you're running Windows 11, check the task manager and see the leaf to know why your programs are shit. Ah. Well, good thing I'm on Windows 10. Who? MHask. MHask is Benji. And you both say basically the same shit. The edge and edging joke. Yes, har. Where are we? Chrome uses a design that makes it far harder for attackers to extract saved passwords by simply reading process memory. Throw in the fact that Chrome also deploys app-bound encryption as secondary layer of security to bind encryption to an authenticated Chrome process, preventing other processes from reusing Chrome's encrypted keys, and you may be thinking it's time to switch from Edge. I've reached out to Microsoft for a statement, but Ronning said that when he reported the issue, the official response he got back was that the behavior is by design. It's probably just to make things easier in terms of processing. It's quicker, it's faster. We don't have to look things up, they're already done. Here's the thing though, while I'm rather astounded that Microsoft Edge would choose to save decrypted passwords and process memory when it clearly doesn't have to, someone gaining admin level access to your device is pretty much game over anyway. Whatever browser you are using, Microsoft has already said as much in its Edge Password Manager security documentation. Physically local attacks and malware are outside the threat model, and under these conditions, encrypted data would be vulnerable. So should you switch from using Microsoft Edge to Google Chrome as a result of this saved passwords issue? Truth be told, all browsers are vulnerable to security exploits, and Chrome is certainly no exception. I mean, you could switch to Chrome, but I'd suggest you don't use a browser for your password manager at all, and instead use a dedicated password manager, of which there are plenty. I'm fooked though, I use Edge. Well, I mean, if you don't have it save any of your passwords, I think that's fine. Try Brave, it's better. We're getting people to use Brave. All right, hang on, I'm gonna stretch before I drink. Oh, damn, pop my neck. Ugh. Oh, man. Oh crap! I think we're going. I missed out on the Magic the Gathering drama. I started it, but then I didn't keep going. That's me. I start things, I don't keep going. So Magic the Gathering, a little bit of a problem here. Looks like they reused the art. New One Ring shown today is just the old art mirrored and the text blurred. Check the inner reflections, but with different artists credited. Blocking all existing Dan Frazier threads due to insanely high volume of Rule 1 breaking comments. Reddit. Shouldn't have to do this in future. It's been confirmed in another post that Dan Frazier, agent, has said that Dan Frazier didn't have that much input on this, as they asked so many changes to the art that in the end both agent and artist didn't even see the final work, implying that Wizards of the Coast themselves changed the art to this thing we see now. Usually try not to bother about Wizards of the Coast decisions, but this is bothering me so much. more than fake scarcity, more than price hikes. Wow, price hikes. Or any other stupid decision Wizards of the Coast made these past years, this is truly something I see as unforgivable. Who in their right mind would accept this design as final, and worse, who would push for this art to be one coming out, pushing out the actual artist in the end? Truly feels like an entry-level Photoshop class on what not to do. All the money that Wizards of the Coast gets from Magic the Gathering, and they do like piddly shit like this to cut corners. I was gonna say that this is a big deal, but them changing the art while crediting someone is fucked. Yeah. From our side, look like the excess glove from original art left over. That's a pretty crappy magic wanding. And they didn't even do a good job of it in the first place. Given that the new artist in question appears to be Dan Frazier, there has to be some explanation for this. There was a controversy in Pokemon trading card game a while back where people were adamant an artist plagiarized, and then it turns out it was TPC who sent over the copied assets and instructed them to be used. My guess will be the same thing here. Every corpo is cutting corners to make a quick buck. I just every it's so horrifying and disheartening that anyone who wants to actually put in work and do a good job and make something of worth ends up getting shit on because it's too hard to do, where everyone else, if everyone else in the room is cutting corners and you're the one not doing that, it used to be a point of pride that you'll be seen. It's kind of like a boomer mentality, I guess. You'll be seen. People will see the good quality in your work and they'll go for you over the cheap imitations. But it turns out that a lot of people are like, well, the cheap one is cheaper and I like cheap, so I'm gonna go with the cheaper one. It's frustrating. Dan has no part in this. You can check the post here, and there was a Facebook post on this. Wizard of the Coast. I can't read this. I have old man eyes. Wizard of the... Fuck you, Facebook, you piece of shit. Wizards of the Coast just released a very sorry excuse for the most important card in their upcoming Hobbit set. They just digitally sampled the previous One Ring card from the Lord of the Rings set and flipped and deleted the Elvish runes. I doubt Dan Frazier had any real say in how the art came about. There we go. Embarrassing. Curious to see what Dan has to say about this. Anything on the wall? Is it something on Blue Sky? We never saw this version. Corporal Rat Netrunners. Yeah, we're already in the cyberpunk dystopian. And then Wizards of the Coast. Message from Dan Frazier and Wizards of the Coast. Can I look at the... Can you... Alright, fine, I'll read it like this. A message from Dan Frazier and Wizards of the Coast. Recently, fans noted the similarities between The One Ring by Marta Nail and the newly released image of The One Ring by Dan Frazier. Those similarities are not coincidental, unfortunately. From Dan, I made a mistake and I feel awful. I especially feel for Marta, whose work I adore. In trying to create an iconic version of The One Ring while looking at references online, I ended up using Marta's ring as a reference and painted over it to try to depict the item fans hold dear to their hearts. In doing so, I didn't make it my own. I'm reaching out to Marta privately to apologize artist to artist. I love creating art for Magic. I've loved being part of this artist community for more than 30 years, and I'm sorry I've let my fans down. So we tried copying the work, and then suddenly that went out, and that the fuck? Cheap is cheap. Authenticity and integrity cost what you could spend on the next buck a slice. If you can guarantee me that the thing that I'm going to be buying is going to last and do the job that I need it to, then there's no problem here. The issue is people fucking lie. Dan Frazier is a titan. This is from Wizards of the Coast. It's a titan of the art industry and of Magic the Gathering. He has created so many iconic pieces of art from the game that he will forever be a part of our game, and we will value his contributions tremendously. With that in mind, we're disappointed our review process didn't catch the issue. Like Dan, we have already reached out and apologized to Marta for not catching the use of her art in this piece. None of this was intentional, but we're going to make it right as much as we can. On digital versions of the card, we will credit both Dan and Marta. We will also make sure Marta is compensated for her work here. This is a good moment to recognize that we are all humans who make mistakes. Fucking Corbo speak. Dan made a mistake, we made mistakes on our part to cast her, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so. Only because I got called out, but there you go. That's the drama behind there. So I guess Dan did do a fucky wucky, and then they're gonna credit the actual artist for it. That's fucking wild, man. Anyway. Oh man. Let me stretch a bit. Okay. All right. Well, we're a little ways out from being at 11:30, where I kind of want to wrap things up. So we'll go to our trailer time here. We can go through. That last Viking looks very much not Viking. It's probably like a saying. Let's see what this one is. That did catch my eye.
Jeg bliver nødt til at tage væk et stykke tid. Prøv at se den her nøgle. Den skal du spise. Nogle gange så skal du man skal lidt færdig først. Inde på banegården, der er der en taske. Den taske, den henter du og graver ned i skoven op ved vores hus. Det er godt begravet et andet sted.
Ej, må det glemte jeg. Han hedder John nu.
Hvorfor fanden har du ikke havde Manfred mere?
Altså, du kan jo ikke bare komme hjem, når du har været væk så længe, og så tror at alt er det samme.
Ja, John. Så er den dobbelt vi lænder. Du ligner ham jo ikke engang. Du har ikke engang de rette briller på. Det er vi ved at spare op til. Stop det nu. Manfred, nu fortæller mig, hvor den... Er den okay?
What?
Det er kun overfladiske skrab, men kan jeg så ikke tage med hjem? Hvis du sniger 500 mand ned i lommen på mig, så kan du bare tage ham. Dissociativ identitetsforstyrrelse. Så man kan ikke bare vælge sit eget navn. Jeg forstår slet ikke, hvordan det er der.
What is this?
Folk kan virkelig godt lide mig. Fordi du, John. Du er sindssyg. Så skal du da ikke lave bane med tosser. Det er faktisk et yderst valid psykiatrisk eksperiment. Skal du så spille for et rigtigt publikum?
Nej. Vi kommer spela från för massa bävrar. Hvad er det, Anker leder efter ude i skoven?
What? You have the Odyssey trailer? It is tabbed up. Yep. He becomes the Viking.
Du svara mig ärligt nu. Har jag inte ljust hår? Och är inte mina ögon blå? Men...
Alright, okay, that was weird. Alright, the Odyssey. There we go. Alright. The Odyssey I'm a little hyped for, and I haven't even seen the trailer. What the fuck was that? That was the last Viking! You brought this up. This was on you. You did this. Okay, so here's the Odyssey. The issue being is I'm not seeing any of the trash movie. It's foreign. The issue with the Odyssey, I have not seen a single person really praising this trailer. It's all a bunch of like, why does it look like that? What are we doing? This is not what we would really want out of an Odyssey movie. So, way less good than the GPT goblins. Yes. These are demons. Alright, let's see.
Tell me what you remember.
Hang on, let me turn on the
wife?
There we go.
A son.
I mean, okay, already some people were criticizing Anne Hathaway for like lacking emotions because she's had some work done, I guess, and so her like eyebrows don't crease properly like you would if you were like showing emotions. So you have all these like female actresses who are getting Botox and stuff and fucking up their face, and now they can't emote, and now we have these like, oh, it's supposed to be this otherworldly fantasy land, and you can clearly see that they've gotten some work done, and it kind of takes you out of it immediately. Last Viking, isn't that supposed to have 3 of them? Oh, right. I remember that one from Blizzard, right? Or is that Lost? I thought that was Lost Vikings, not Last Viking. I heard they had to design a new camera just to film it. Correct, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to mean anything, but... And then Tom Holland just looks baby-faced.
And then what? We won the war.
They talk about, like, the color. Like, it just looks so dark.
Help me go home.
This is a household waiting for master. I want you to choose me.
Ithaca's king is coming back.
No, he's not.
There, yeah, the first look at the Cyclops. With his nose kind of askew and...
What would he do if he came back here and find all these suitors in his house?
Is Tom Holland speaking with an accent? And there's John Leguizamo.
Find all these suitors in his house.
Like, shouldn't like normally speak with like an English accent? It's weird.
You're pining for a daddy you didn't even know, like some sniveling bastard.
See, that was another thing that people were upset about. You're pining for a daddy, and they're like, that doesn't sound like the script and the speech and the of that time had so much more grandness to it, like Hamlet, and this is the Odyssey. It's a very big story, and that is like they don't like it because it's like present day writing, you know, millennial writing, kind of goofy. Got to make it hipper or something, like punch up the dialogue or something. I heard they had. Oh, you're right. Do we know what a Greek accent would sound like? Ancient Greek accent? Well, I don't think it would sound American. Tom Holland's English. Correct. That's why I'm like, it sounds like he doesn't even use his own native accent, which that would have been fine. I don't know. In the end, everything's gray.
Your wife and son.
Dark and gray. The dark and gray.
Do you see?
My dad is coming home. Bringing your
See, it's like, yeah, my dad is coming home, as opposed to my father. That would be something I would think would be expected of the Odyssey. It's like, it's my father. You're looking for your father. Like, that's more honorific than my dad. My dad. Especially if you're like a prince and like a little bit more higher up.
Dad is coming home.
Yeah, he's speaking with an English.
Bringing vengeance.
Bringing it all.
What the fuck is that? What? What? Why does that look so goofy? That just looks goofy to me. Another people, they were talking about, these were supposed to be these like barbarian hordes, and they have like full-on plate armor. If they're the barbarian hordes, why do they have more sophisticated armor than the Greek Legion? Okay, never mind. The trailer is making me no longer hyped. I'm sorry.
I need everyone at this party dead. I can still save them.
You're a man who needs to control his fate. But you cannot control this.
That world is gone.
They show his dog too.
No one could stand between me.
The massive story of his dog, where he had him as a puppy before he left, and when he comes back, his dog is the only thing that knows it's him, and he's so old. The dog is so old, he can't even get up to greet him, and he has to not, reveal himself as being him, and it's very sad. It's very sad.
And home. Not even the gods.
Keep us straight!
See, a lot of this is a lot of hubris too.
I think it's asleep.
Just wait until he has to pass through the Charybdis, Scylla and Charybdis area. Yeah, the doggo. Yeah. This looks like it would be an okay movie if you were on a plane and it was the only thing playing. It just looks really fucking dark. I hope that they brighten it up or something. Some of the had some of the articles that they were talking about this. Christopher Nolan says, hashtag the Odyssey, has the original superheroes. They are the original superheroes. Even comic book culture, whether you're talking about Marvel or DC or all the rest, has a lot. It comes directly from the Homeric epics. The thing about Homer is nobody knows if that was a person. Homer, in a way, is the George Lucas, maybe, of his time. Homer is the Marvel of its day. Everything has to go like back to Marvel. It's so dumb. One particular part. There it is. Yeah. Matt Damon as Odysseus in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, quote, and this was in the movie, in the trailer here, "No one can stand between me and home, not even the gods." And that's not the point of the story at all. It's ironic because the gods are literally the reason he can't get home. So they absolutely can stand in the way. Poseidon literally does this. The only reason he gets home is because Zeus decides to let him. He was on his way home, and it's all around the Cyclops, because the Cyclops is one of, I believe, Poseidon's children. And spoilers for the Odyssey, I guess. When they go to meet the Cyclops asks what Ulysses' name is, and he says nobody. And then, the Cyclops takes that either very literally or playing around. He's like, nobody. Fine, Mr. Nobody. But then he ends up, to escape, he blinds the Cyclops. And then the Cyclops screams in anguish, "Nobody has blinded me." Her. Joke. Thing is, Ulysses, being a dumb prick, basically yells at him, "My name is Ulysses!" And, get fucked. And he leaves. And the Cyclops is like, "I curse Ulysses!" And Poseidon's like, "What? What's that?" And then Poseidon's like, "Oh, you're going on a long fucking trip, buddy. You're never coming home." And yeah, Poseidon basically makes it a whole vendetta against him and just move his ship around, move over here, and it's the adventure of him trying to get back, which happens. He takes years and years and years and years and years. And yeah, like it said, it wasn't until Zeus stepped in that he finally was able to get back home. Oh my god. Tom Holland said she had to be in it. Who, Zendaya? Oh, yeah, why is Zendaya in this? Get her out. Yeah, it's a wild cast of why are these people in this? Yeah. Matt Damon is good. Maybe Anne Hathaway. Scrap the rest. No longer interested. Tom Holland said she had to be in it. Get rid of Tom Holland, too. Babyface Tom Holland. Lot of downvotes, at least. John Bernthal was in it, too. Yeah, the comments aren't overly fun. Oh, shit. There's a new Evil Dead trailer. There's a new Evil Dead trailer. Oh, it's a Red Band trailer. Uh-oh. Watch your eyes. So much potential wasted. Yeah. I mean, you have Nolan. Even Oppenheimer. I enjoyed Oppenheimer, but I don't really need to see it again. Not like I have, like, Inception or a lot of his other works. People are saying that Nolan's just writing off of his Batman movies.
Alice? What's wrong? What happened?
Fingers. Oh, that's the part of the car.
We found you.
William, my sweet boy. I would give anything for us to be together again.
My grandfather believed
When are people gonna stop reading from the Necronomicon?
If anyone read from the Book of the Dead.
Cool down.
Stop it.
The whole family can be reunited.
Oh. How did the last Evil Dead do?
Cheers to your perfect family.
Don't drink that. Oh, you bitch. Oh, you.
Thank you for.
Yeah, how many different Evil Deads are there? Resident Evil Dead. Mondays, am I right? I want to like it, but I'm not sure it feels like an Evil Dead movie. I don't even know what an Evil Dead movie would feel like anymore, because Sam Raimi kind of... Like, that's his stuff, making it kind of goofy and... Yeah, they're doing another Evil Dead. Yeah, it keeps making money. There's an Anthony Bourdain movie now. That's weird. Like a biography? I didn't even know the Evil Dead Rise existed. Yeah, Evil Dead. There's one in 2013. Evil Dead Burn, that's the new one that's coming out. Evil Dead Rise. I remember that one. It was like, Mommy's living with the maggots now or something. They're in a hotel. So it's at least with this one, they're not in the woods. They're not away, which is what all the other premises. This premise is like they're in an apartment somewhere. Two estranged sisters who reunion cut short by the rise of flesh-possessing demons, thrusting them into primal battle for survival as they face the most nightmarish version of family imaginable. Yeah. There's already another Evil Dead for 2028. There is. Evil Dead Wrath. What? What's this one? Who knows? Nope. Ugh, maybe. I liked Evil Dead Rise. Well, we have one person who likes it. Where was I? Oh, that was Evil Dead. Okay, we got that one.
Remind me.
So this was oh, it's a VR game. I was like, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, so I brought this one up too. And I was like, what the hell? Wait. Season 3, Battlefield 6? Dude. I guess I gotta look at that one too. Okay, this just reminded me of this really weird movie I watched a few years ago. It didn't exist on IMDb, and half the actors had names really similar to popular actors. Was this a dream? No, there is a movie with other actors romanticizing Anthony Bourdain as if he was some moral man with discernment.
Where we left off?
Oh, interesting.
I am Karai, leader of the Japanese branch of the Foot Clan.
It's worth hearing her out.
According to Karai's spies, the Foot are working on a secret weapon, a big one.
This is gonna get weird.
This doesn't look too bad.
Karai's intel points to a series of Foot operations within the quarantine zone.
I like the style of the turtles.
Do what you gotta do and head out.
You could probably get the drop on him from up top.
Where's the fun in that? Fine, going hot.
You got any idea how hard it is to be intimidating when it's just me?
Focus up!
Oh, your weapons are weaker than my face!
It is settled. We shall work together then.
The Foot Clan are all over town setting up some kind of outpost.
Guess Mishmash is afraid of us coming for him.
You ready to die?
No!
Your decisions will have rippling effects, especially in the minds of others.
Karai is weak and has made the Foot Clan weak.
Turtles. You've lit a fuse that crackles ahead into the dark.
For once in your life, be useful to your clan!
No! Defend yourselves!
I really like that. MetaQuest.
Once this is over, I'm going on vacation.
That didn't look that bad. That was really nice. Because most of the time with the style of the turtles gets really weird. They go goofy with it. Time to get a VR set. I don't have one. There's a whole new stream game experience. The thing that's weird about doing a VR thing is it's like, do you really want to look at me with a headset on? It's like if I turned off my camera and I just played it that way, that'd be kind of cool. But oh, it's a biopic.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk you through the basic vision. It's a coming-of-age story. Excuse me, I need to speak with you.
Didn't you punch a hole in the principal's door?
You know, a lot's changed since high school.
Oh, he's from the Leftovers,
I'm
I
about to get
think.
this huge writing fellowship. Hello?
Mr. Bourdain, the committee has decided to go with another student for the fellowship.
I need a job.
You worked in a kitchen before?
Sorry. Yeah.
We open Wednesday to Sunday. Start 11 a.m.
Oh, that's the Antonio Banderas.
That means that you are here at 10:45. 11 is late. Anyone late is fired.
You know I can cook too.
The kid said he's a cook, chef.
I'm actually not a cook. I'm a writer, but I said I know how to cook.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand that.
I see. None of that was my.
I don't care, Tony.
Someone watching my brother flail about while we watch what he's playing on the TV. Even better when he accidentally fist slams the vent overhead. Oh God.
Are you a good guy or a bad guy?
Let me teach you this. This is how you open an oyster.
I ate these in France when I was a kid. I said they taste like the future.
I was reminded every measure I got on fine with modern living.
This guy, he's like a master chef.
And the world still so wild called to me.
We're gonna start with this as special. Every Friday, something fancy, but not
I
pretentious.
mean, it's got a like a heart to it, and it kind of makes me want to see it just from like the cooking perspective and stuff. But I don't know anything about Anthony Bourdain, like, yeah, as a person.
Sexy, makes you want, you know, something
other than like
you can do.
His life was kind of messy.
This is insane. I know.
What's this?
That's for you.
And the world still so wild called to me.
If anybody asks, I'm not a writer. I work in a kitchen.
Sorry, what is your name?
Anthony Bourdain.
Tony. Hey, Tony. Gather the boys for Phasma. Wasn't his wife a pedo and she killed her? And he killed himself because of her sleeping with an underage guy? I don't know. Now use AI to try to find out what this movie was. Yeah, but he paid a lot of money to try to hide it. Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't hear that part. Battlefield 6 official season 3 gameplay. One of the issues that I have with these types of games is it takes me so long to get to the game and play them that by the time I get to it, the game's already like over and they're moving on to the next game. There's already Battlefield 7 the next game. So then I feel no real sense of urgency of like, I gotta go play the game. The tank is hauling ass. indestructible environments were always really fun. See, they make it look so cool in this, but when you actually play it, it's a bunch of dummies trying to do something. Did you cover the Lord of the Ring cover art? We did. I did. Yes, I did. Yes, it did. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Did cover that, and it sounds like, at first, like, reading through it in the progression that it happened, it starts at a, oh, maybe it was just a misunderstanding. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And they basically admitted the fact that whole response from the, Dan and Wizards of the Coast basically admitted, I used her art to try to make more art, and then I made an oopsie, and we shoved it out the door. And didn't give her any credit. Oopsie doodle. That was during the Me Too movement, right before the Amber Turd incidents. I remember, yeah, it was around that time. There was a lot of stuff coming out at that time. Forget the FOMO. Go back to a classic like Battlefield 2 or 2142. Yeah, and that's what ends up happening. You end up going back to a game that you didn't get to play a lot of. Wait, what? Twisted Metal? All right. What's next? Helldivers 2 trailer.
Book your next galactic getaway with Super Earth Escapes. Great value deals to new exclusive destinations. Travel in style in your very own Hellpod. Enjoy spacious legroom and a whopping 30 kilos of baggage. So, what are you waiting for? Book now to see adventure, see nature, see paradise. Super Earth Escapes. Liberate your next vacation.
All package deals are CTOL protected. Protection does not cover injury, dismemberment, emotional trauma, or death. Evacuation not included.
At this point, I'd much rather play Windrose, be a pirate. All right, Resident Evil trailer now. Did I already do? I did that. Evil Dead Burn. Took that one. Okay, what's this one? What's this trailer? Oh, Siege of Hell Reach. Paper Mario, new ROM. Okay, so people are upset about this for a multitude of reasons. The director is saying this is supposed to take place around Resident Evil 2. There was no snow. There's snow here. And if it is supposed to take place around the time period of Resident Evil 2, which was in the 90s, he shouldn't have a smartphone either. So there's a lot of things happening here. And clearly it is snow. At first I was like, maybe it's ash after the missile hit, and that, no, it's snow. He's wearing cold attire, cold protected attire. So.
Hello?
It just looks like a generic scary movie. Warrior bugs hopped up on Red Mist, harder to kill and faster. Oh, is that? I saw a bit of that. I don't want anything to do with that.
Hey babe, look, I'm really sorry that we got disconnected earlier, but
oh, and there was supposed to be a big thing here. Is like, earlier, oh, the plant here is like the green plant. It's like I don't need references like that. I need story elements.
I'm in like a seriously messed up situation right now. And it looks like there's a chance that we might not get to talk to each other again.
I didn't notice that part. He's just sitting at the top of the fucking thing. What the hell is he doing there? It's Mr. XXXL. Yes, Mr. XLLL. XXL. On the smartphone issue, RE2 Remake also had a USB and RPD that was not widespread in 1998. Oh, well, I mean, the remakes are remakes. They're revamping it, the entire thing. So by the remakes logic, the remake is going to take place even later, I guess. Yeah. So in his defense, a lot of high-tech stuff. And my theory is the fact that anything that's the remake is canon, Remakes and 7, 8, 9 are canon, but anything that's the original is not canon yet. And they're going to redo those and connect it to the remake universe that consists of every remake game and 7, 8, 9. Basically remaking their entire loadout, which is fucking obnoxious, but here we are. My squad now brainstorming on no lead loadouts because they burst when shot, so we go laser and fire and gas maybe. Ooh, lasers. That's me after a Taco Bell just now.
To talk to each other again.
And it's like, okay, so there looks to be infected zombies and stuff.
I just wanted you to know.
But I'm like, everyone's like, where liquor? Where tyrant? Where... And then again, why the snow?
I love you.
You can make this movie without having any of the main Resident Evil characters in it. You absolutely can. That's fine. The issue is the world at... Jesus Christ, I'm getting all Italian on my fucking microphone. The world at large needs to be consistent with it. If you're going to say it's in Resident Evil 2 era, make it in Resident Evil 2 era, make it in Raccoon City, or doesn't even have to be in Raccoon City, it could be somewhere near, but at least keep it consistent. If you do stuff like this, it makes me believe you didn't care and you're just slapping the IP on top of something you wanted to make. And just be like, oh, we'll put a couple nuggets in there and it's close enough. Then it's going to go back to... the Mila Jovovich Resident Evil films are more accurate to the Resident Evil universe, which that's just weird and sad. The second Resident Evil film is not bad. It may not be very accurate to Resident Evil, but at least that's not awful. Snow is clearly after the Raccoon City got bombed. He survived. He's on the run. It's not winter. Generic scary movie. It's, yeah, kinda. Zach Kreger wanted to make a movie based on the book Blood Meridian. He was gonna make the movie regardless, but he got a hold of the REIP, so he just slapped it on. Which basically, at that point, means I ain't fucking seeing this. I don't want sloppy sack. I want somebody who's dedicated to, man, I've always wanted to make a Resident Evil film that dealt with it, and I had these cool plans for it. Not, I always wanted to make this film, and then I slapped this other thing down. All I have to say is, oh yeah, I play the games, and everyone will like it. No, that's not what we want. It's not what anyone wants out of a Resident Evil movie. He even said the McTyrant is based on the villain in Blood Meridian. Jesus. And is being hunted by a bioweapon by Umbrella. Why is Capcom attracting hacks? First DMC, now this. It's not that they're attracting them. It's that they just hire them because they don't care. They just don't care. That's why I said after the Raccoon City incident. How long, though? If it's supposed to be happening around Resident Evil 2... If it's like the outskirts of Raccoon City? I don't know. Like, that part of it, not necessarily the biggest deal. I think the biggest deal probably is you know, the story. Also, Constantine Films has the rights to RE in perpetuity, as long as they make an RE film every 5 years. Oh, well, here we have it. There it is. So last one was Welcome to Raccoon City. This doesn't matter how shit it is. Yep. Yep. They've done that. That's a very old tale. That's what they've done with a lot of different things. They probably did that with the original Resident Evil films with Mila Jovovich. That they just cranked them out. Wait, what? We're going to lose the rights to it? Crank out another turd. Doesn't matter. They've already tried twice now to adopt the story from the games and failed. Maybe this will be a banger from just being its own story. But then at that point, it's like, why bother? Why is it Resident Evil? Because of the rights thing. I just want them to make a Resident Evil movie that feels like a Resident Evil movie. Capcom can't take back the rights? Why? How does somebody have the rights to it? How does Constantine Films have the rights to it in perpetuity? That's nuts. Like, everything has, like, some sort of expiration. This one is... Oh, The Siege of Hell's Reach. So if any of you are interested in listening to more Warhammer 40k type lore, this was a trailer that I saw the other day that looked really cool because it's about this Hell's Reach, which I think is what was it? I think it's on Armageddon. It's like a city on Armageddon, I think. But it's got like Black Templars in it and a whole bunch of stuff. We see zombies, we see bioweapons. I don't know, I like how it looks. Well, good luck. What will be represented RE movie? Animated ones? I mean, the animated ones are pretty decent. It's just telling additional stories that we want to hear about Jill, Claire, Chris, Leon. The problem is that the animated ones didn't have that good of a story. Haven't seen Barbarian, but I really liked Weapons, so I'll give Kreger a shot. Sure. Yeah, Grimaldus is
the
a
archives
Black Templar.
say Hell's Reach was safe. They say the defenses were orderly, that the losses were acceptable. But the numbers change from record to record. Names vanish. Entire regiments are reduced to footnotes. Witnesses speak of the Black Templars, of warriors who advanced where others broke. They speak of Grimaldus, who swore the city would not fall, even as it was already dying. I have studied the impact craters where thousands were erased. I have read prayers written in blood upon shattered stone.
And this video is like 3 hours long.
The Administratum calls it a victory. The survivors call it a miracle. The truth is less merciful. Hell's Reach was not saved. It was merely not allowed to die. The Imperium will give you a legend.
Using animation.
Will give you the dead.
Making it like a whole movie, basically. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, okay. Paper Mario, a new ROM. Paper Mario Star Nova. So let's see. Yeah, not associated with Nintendo. Hopefully they make it without getting nuked by Nintendo. Some of the Zelda mods look really cool. I kind of want to try those out. The ones that are like Ocarina of Time. It seems like they got the sounds down. Still where Mario lives. In multiple new chapters. That looks really cool. Like this is, I mean, what people wanted more Paper Mario. It's what getting that high end. Oh, we gotta change it up. It's like, no, it's just Paper Mario. More Paper Mario. Looks pretty good. Well, with a childish game. I mean, it's Paper Mario. Mario in general is kind of a childish game, but I mean, I like the look of it. It looks like the Paper Mario. You know, good on them. Hopefully, Nintendo doesn't shove it up their pooper that they can't do what they're doing. All right, it's after 11:30. It's time for another Katina Eats Kilos. She has a new video attempting the undefeated Victory Lap Burger Tower Challenge. For our final stop in the Kansas City area, I stopped at Sicky's Garage in Overland Park, Kansas to take on their undefeated Victory Lap Burger Challenge. Brave and hungry diners have 1 hour to finish a burger tower feature featuring 4 of their famous burgers: the Sicky's Signature, the Chowzilla, the Donut Hangover Burger, and the Twin Cam Burger.
What the fuck?
Along the way, challengers must also finish 2 full pounds of French fries. Winners earn their meal for free, a groovy t-shirt, and a spot up on the Sicky's Wall of Fame. Oh, buddy, we're going in. We're going in. Are we on my turf? Wow. The last couple videos she did were around the Kansas area. I wondered if you had noticed or were familiar with any of them. All right. But we'll wind down with a Katina video, and then we'll call it there, and we'll raid out for the night. I thank you guys. If you don't want to stick around for this, I completely understand, but we'll watch some
Hold up,
good-looking food.
before you play this video,
Yeah.
did you hear any updates to Happy Hot Doggy's condition?
I did not. All I heard was that Hot Dog Raw Dog was in a car accident, and he got hit by a car, and it kind of messed up his leg quite a bit. In Tijuana, I guess, he got hit, and they moved him to a U.S. hospital, and that's where he's been getting cared for. I hope that he's okay. Let me see if there's been any updates. I can't remember. I saw the initial post. Broke 2 bones in my leg. They're going to do surgery. They're also going to admit me. Well, yeah, they're doing surgery. Yep. So, yeah, that's the last I heard of it. And I wish him well. Get hit by a car. It's bad stuff that just seems to happen. All right. So, off we go. We'll silence the background music, and we'll watch a small woman eat a large burger. I don't know if I could do this, but I'd want to. Thanks for the update. Yeah, no problem, Black Hat. For what it was, we kind of already know what's going on.
What is up, Kilo Crew, and welcome to today's video. Today, I am super jazzed / nervous to be at Sicky's Garage in Overland Park, Kansas, where I'm about to take on the Victory Lap Challenge. Now, Sicky's Garage, I think there's like dozens of locations around the country, and I know that this challenge is available at most of them, but this is a really cool like car and garage themed place.
I didn't see the time.
And the Victory Lap Challenge is definitely going to be testing not only
1
my
hour.
capacity, but my ability to race the clock, because an hour doesn't
I think I could
like
do this.
enough
If
for
it was
this.
like 20 minutes, 30 minutes,
I'm going to be attempting to be the first winner ever
Hour?
at this location, and I'm
That
actually
burger
going
looks
to
like
go in
an
reverse
a-hole?
and let Cal describe all of the rules of this challenge to you now.
What kind of a-holes have you been looking
you
at?
gotta eat everything from the top down. There's some spicy stuff in there. There's some sugary stuff in there.
Previous
Don't
2 videos
forget
are
your
Kansas
potatoes,
City
'cause
and
nobody likes cold
Lenexa.
potatoes.
I've never
Otherwise,
been
you
to
got
Lenexa or
60
Overland Park,
minutes.
but KC
no
is
getting
pretty
up to
cool.
go to the bathroom because we
Are you
do know
tempted
how
to
people
go
like to cheat.
to these places to
Past
eat?
that, as long as you can finish everything.
If you do, take a
including
picture
the
of your
bread,
food.
including the spicy jalapenos, including the potatoes, you will be walking away as the first and only people who have ever finished the victory lap at the Overland Park location of Sicky's Burger.
Oh, at this location.
All right, so included
looks like
in
a
this
jerky
massive
nerd.
burger is 5 separate of their specialty burgers, and then on the side here we have 2.5 pounds of
Not in
fries.
the slightest,
I'm also
as
gonna
much as
let
Mingo
Cal
wants
shout
me to
out,
be. I'm not big
the
on
order of
travel.
operations of
Isn't
the
it?
names of the burgers
But
we
it's
got here.
traveling
On
for
top, we have
food,
the
though. Like, I'd be willing to travel for
the
food.
signature Sicky's burger. Below that we have the
Chowzilla.
The Chowzilla, which I believe is a spicy one, so I'm a little nervous for that one. And below that,
That would be our donut hangover burger.
The donut hangover burger, which I'm very much looking forward to because donuts as buns sounds fantastic. One layer
Never
down.
had donuts as buns. I've always wanted to, but then, you know, my
The
heart
twin
starts
cam
slowing
burger,
down.
which apparently
I don't think that's
ruins
a good thing.
everybody because it's grilled cheeses as buns. But again, I'm going to have 1 hour to finish this, hopefully being the first person ever up on their wall of fame. If I'm successful, I will get my meal for free and groovy t-shirt, and yeah, that's
getting
spot
your
up
meal
there.
for free
I'm
on
very,
this is-
very nervous, so
I think
without
it's
further
worth the
delay,
shot.
let's pull our hair
Worth
back
the
and get this
challenge.
challenge started.
Go to KC, you go for barbecue. That's their famous shtick. Also, I'm not really a foodie.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
I hear
You ready?
Sickies is good despite the disturbing name.
I am so ready. One,
I'm not a foodie.
two,
Do you eat
three.
food?
Burger eating time. Let's go.
What if you slave over making that and
Ooh, this
it
looks
just
good.
won't stand up, but it's
Oh.
losing heat fast? There's a euphemism in there somewhere. Yeah, they stab it
Oh,
through
wow.
though. You try to support it with fries.
Mm.
You have to minor in
These onion
architecture
rings
in
are
order to
legendary.
build this burger. Just prop it up with more bacon. It's sliding off the side. Ugh.
Wow. I am so happy right now.
Don't let the fact that this burger didn't have some fancy name fool you. This was exquisite. I didn't have like huge hopes for it, but my goodness, it really knocked my socks off.
I have no words, but
You've
this
seen the
is
spread I
tasty.
make on Fridays. I make the food, not eat it.
I truly think that the quality of the meat and buns really helped this whole situation.
But didn't you hear?
out quite
Frying
a
food
lot.
isn't
These were
cooking
really, really
food.
soft, fresh buns, and the meat was nice and tender.
That was so good, but this is going to be so much bread. Like, this is a massive slice of toast.
I found out after the fact that
I
no
know,
one had
right?
ever gotten through all of these burgers before at this location, let alone the fries as well. So yeah, I was pretty darn intimidated by this quantity of bread.
It is kind of funny to me.
those
By all the
carbs
places
really
that she's
swell up in the
won,
old
she
tummy.
has enough shirts
There
to
is
like
no
never have
shortage
to
of
do
butter
laundry.
on this burger. Thank you so much. That should be plenty. If I need more than that, I need a bath. Ugh.
Yeah, that was one of the servers delivering me darn near an entire roll of paper towels, and
She has
at
an hour,
that point, if I
and
am that
like
messy, I
5
might as
minutes
well
in,
jump in the
she's already
shower,
done
jump
with
in the
2 of the
bath,
burgers.
because, I don't know, stick a fork in me, I am done.
All right, we are
See, the
now
weird
to
thing
the
is normally-
spicy layer, which I believe is part of the Chowzilla. So this one is all the pickled jalapenos and some sort of spicy sauce. I am nervous, but hopefully the old Tum Tum is resilient today.
Usually they don't like to wait too long with the French fries. They want to eat it fast because they want to still make it
Good
so
flavor.
it's warm.
I'm not crying
Because
yet, but I
if
might
the-
say something different later.
If the fries are too cold, then it, like you have to chew it more. Like pizza, for instance, they eat
It's
pizza
pleasant,
quickly
but I
because
wouldn't wanna
when
eat
the
5 of
crust
these. That would be
gets
hot.
cold,
Y'all know
you're just
I am
gnawing on it.
notoriously a wuss these days when it comes to
So-
spice, and this one really was
I
pleasant.
would think
but
they would want to be
definitely
like,
not to
well,
eat
I guess
in a
because the
large
starches take up more
quantity, but
space,
for
like
one
eat a little bit
single
of
burger
both at the
of
same
the
time.
4, it wasn't all
I like the
too
idea
bad,
of
and
tiny
it was
French
actually
fry
quite
scaffolding
tasty.
holding up going up the sides,
Oh.
like
I was
the
wondering why this
shoestring
was
ones that you
sweet.
get
I
from Steak and
accidentally
Shake,
grabbed the
kind of
donut
like
for the,
propping it
the
up.
donut hangover burger. So it's like
little
sweet
little
jalapeno.
Eiffel towers
One
on
of
each
those
side.
happy accidents, I guess, because the donut and that sweetness really added something to
Who
the
knew?
jalapenos that were on that burger. So, hey, maybe I've invented something. You know, Sickies, call me. We can collab.
Make sure I grab this correctly. So I have the bottom half of the donut, which is dead from the weight, and
Oh my
then
God.
every breakfast item ever. So we've got ham, bacon,
I just
fried
turned a
egg,
year older.
cheese,
Happy birthday,
and a burger.
Cozy.
Here we go.
I am an absolute
I hope you have a good
sucker
birthday.
for burgers that are super inventive like this. I enjoy having donuts as buns or pops of sweetness or putting jam and peanut butter on a burger. I love that stuff.
I feel like this would be the burger I ordered if I came here. This or the top one. I'm not sure. Maybe the Sickies Classic or this one.
I am also a sucker for breakfast items, so if I'm being totally honest with myself, and I had never been to Sickies before, I think
I don't
I would
often
have
get an
gone with
egg
this
on a
breakfast burger, and my goodness, it did not disappoint. So if you
I feel
ever
like it's
find
too
yourself
fancy
at one
for
of their
me.
many locations,
Little French
you
fry
get
crane
that
pulling
one.
up a
It is
pickle.
divine.
I had to come up for air for a minute. The food's still sliding down and it's up here just slowly.
Imagine if they strike.
Being full only 3
We're not
of
building
the
that
4
burger.
burgers in with
Not
all
until we
those
get better
fries left
compensation.
was not a good sign, so confidence was getting a little
This is a
shaky.
high risk area. We had a ketchup flood the other day. Took out 5 of my guys.
But not least, the cam. This is apparently, if the fries won't get you, this will, because this feels like the same weight as a newborn baby. Oh boy, bless.
And she's already eaten 3 burgers.
It's like nacho cheese, not regular cheese. Yummy.
We're doing okay?
No.
Yeah, I had to keep it
fries are
real
gonna be the
there.
hard
I was
part.
not doing okay. I was really full already, and this burger was an absolute behemoth. So yeah, I was definitely getting more and more nervous with each bite, but hey, this one was at least absolutely delicious.
Ugh. Most people would share this one. Just this one. This is huge.
And on that more than slightly ominous note, I'm going to leave you guys to enjoy the rest of this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll of course catch you guys in the next
she still
one.
has plenty of time, but I have a feeling with a lot of these things, waiting is actually a detriment because then they realize they're full and they can't
This is something
eat
you
anymore.
eat if you're about to be in the woods for 3 months.
The whole job is to eat it as fast as possible so that way you don't realize that you're full.
Alright, this thing, no wonder it crushes people, but final
bread.
bite of this and then it's just 2.5 pounds of spuds. And I say just, I mean, oh no. At least we made it through the tower so far. Cheers. Oh. Ooh, excuse me. That feels better. That was just so much bread. Wow, okay. Okay, and these are gonna be crispy, so this is gonna be tough, but I'm gonna do my best. But now, pretty much no more talking, except for looks of sadness. Here we go.
Usually, what I've seen like Beard Meats Food do is he'll take a bunch of the fries and form it into a ball and eat that. So you're not, so it saves a bit of your jaw, I guess, from chomping like each French fry individually. Jeez. Oh, she's balling it.
Sorry.
It's a potato again.
Just eating potatoes. I don't know. She's kind of slowing down.
Oh, this is the Mount Everest of fries. I'm working on it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That cam
This
burger
part has
really
to be the
does
worst.
take me
Yeah.
out. That was
yeah.
a lot of bread.
Like, the fun ended right before she worked on that last burger, I feel. Just a million fries. Yeah. I mean, that's why they try to, like, different dipping sauces to change up the flavor. You got ketchup.
Thank you.
She's using her Coke to, like,
I can tell
cleanse her
this is day
palate,
3
keep
of a
things
food challenge
going.
too.
Applauding about ketchup.
Ugh.
Yeah, I
Let
don't
me
know
try.
why certain people clap at these things for whatever reason. They'd be like, oh, you finished that. Oh, good. Okay, there we go. Yeah, kids. Right. Oh, my gosh. Ah, a glass of water. Ah, she's pausing for a drink. She's in a napkin.
She hasn't eaten anything since I was last year.
Me either, girl. Oh man, I am feeling some type of way.
Oh, she's calling it.
Can I do anything to help?
No, that's all right.
Some fries?
Yeah. Would you like some fries?
Then I gotta eat my own.
I think so. Well, like,
I
I'm
don't know
hearing
what it is, guys,
the end
but I'm
music
having
start.
an off day, and
I think
am
she's
feeling
stopping.
some type of way. This
Oh,
is
shit.
always just for fun, but I'm going to go ahead and call it here. and
Nice,
say that the
okay.
victory lap has officially defeated me. It is not worth ever getting sick over food. So a huge thank
And that's
you to
one thing I
Sicky's
really
Garage.
respect
That
her
burger
for. She
tower
will
was
stop
delicious.
before she gets sick. This is looking bad. Yeah, she's calling it. She does a good job of calling it before bad things, which I really appreciate.
Was
Defeated by
wonderful, but
fries.
I do not have it in me to finish the rest
2
of that, let me
pounds
tell you.
of fries.
Otherwise, the front row would get a little bath. Let's just say that. Anyways, unfortunately, I will not be getting my meal for free or first spot up on
She
the
may
Wall
have
of Fame
eaten a
here. There's a
pound of
good
it.
reason this is undefeated still, but I will be leaving here with a very full belly and a lot of love in my heart because so many people were here cheering me on. So thank you to all of you for being out here today. Sorry to
The
disappoint.
fatty
You guys are
part of
wonderful.
me
Thank
is
you.
like,
Again, thank you to Sicky's
get a box for those fries. You're gonna take those fries home, right? Like, before she immediately gets sick. Oh, I bet there's sickness later on.
Again,
Oh, there may
thank
be,
you,
but
everyone here.
we
Thank
don't
you
see
all
that.
at home for
So
watching. I will catch you guys in the next video after a couple of days off. Okay, peace out. Bye.
I'm actually surprised she didn't make that because she's done some very impressive things before. Alrighty-o. Okay. Well, it's after midnight. It's about time for me to go. We can see who's oop and a boot. Boot and an oop. Oop and a boot? What's this? She may be preg. Should she be able to eat more? I know she's been, like, engaged to Randy for quite some time. I thought they were already married. But then she went into a video and it's like, okay, here's my ring, and Randy proposed during one of her stuff. Like, that was really sweet. I had thought they were already married. But here they are, they weren't even engaged yet. Do you think she, like, races back to the hotel after these things just in case? I don't know. She might walk a bit. Yeah, kind of like shift things around. It depends on probably how much she does. How much she eats. Yeah, have a good night, Cozy. Or wait there just in case. Yeah, like, let's not leave yet until I start feeling, you know, a little bit better before we go, because, you know, the hotel is pretty far away, and I don't want to run. I don't know. The ring was at the bottom of a salad. She never found it. She ate it. Let's see. Oh, that feels better. Let's see who's up and about. Let's see who's up and about. Major Big Buds is doing Starfield. Mavroff doing Fortnite. Mavroth's wearing a sombrero and a poncho. Yeah, let's go over to Mavaroth. It's been a while since we went to Mavaroth. Let's go to Mavaroth. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for watching and stopping by. Special shout outs to those of you on the Twitch side and the YouTube side. I greatly appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting. Covered a lot of material today. We covered the Magic the Gathering story, Google AI Chrome nonsense, Edge being crappy, all these movies, all these things. So I think it was a pretty full Tuesday. Thank you so much to Black Hat for the cheers and the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll be back again tomorrow with more Marvel Rivals. We're gonna work through that PvE mode a bit more before the end of that one. I gotta get Moon Knight a bit more leveled up and stuff. I'm trying to figure out which one might be the best to kind of solo this game and get a bit better at it. So we'll see. All right, have a good night, everyone. I'll talk to you guys later. Say hi to Mavaroth for me, and he's playing Fortnite on this Cinco de Mayo. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.
From the quiet grind to the late night glow, built it step by step, let the whole world know. Mind sharp like lightning, calm like stone. Walks his own path, never walks alone. Got vision in his eyes, got plans in play. Turns maybe someday into watch me today. Every move steady, every word clean. Power in the silence, if you know what I mean. When the odds stack high, when the road gets thin, that's when the fire starts burning within. Make us hear the name ring louder, learn every step, never follow the crowd. From the spark to the strength, to the will to ascend, this is how legends rise. Make us, yeah, feel that flame, built on skill, not chasing fame. Standing tall till the very end. Respect on the name, Magus. Got patience like time, got focus like steel. Knows what's fake and what's real. Every challenge met with a calm resolve. Never backs down, always evolves. When others doubt, he doubles down. Turns pressure moments into solid ground. Doesn't talk